have it?
I've got one.
Have you got one?
I have.
Ah, Laura's got one.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check, is this it? No,
No.
That's my ring mandrel. I'll borrow yours, thank you, Laura. We have the reamer, and it's battery operated as well. So much easier to use, I bet, isn't it, Laura?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Brand new, and it's coming up today. Yes. And Laura's going to give us a little demo. Right, where should we start? Hannah's happy hour coming up for you a little bit later on. Is that the last hour? Yes, not 3 till 4. There's me going home an hour early. 4 till 5. Hannah's happy hour for you. So make sure you stick around for that as well. I think we've just had a few little sneaky extras put into that hour as well. Management offers, brilliant clearance deals in that hour for you. So then let's get started. Lovely Helena. Something a little bit different. Okie dokies. Helena is back. I was going to say fresh from Glastonbury, but I don't think she's fresh. She has had a shower since she's been back. How were the showers? She didn't use them. Flicker the flannel for 5 days. Have a look at this, gorgeous, so vintage. Is it cameo this is called? Yes, I thought it was. I was trying to think when I was looking at it, just thinking, what's that name? A cameo, beautiful, timeless classic you've got here. This is so pretty. And look at the work that's gone into the detail for you there. Carved to perfection. You have your black agate and your shell over here as well, approximately 22 by 30 millimetres in size, really sizable, perfect size for a pendant, don't you think? How about a brooch as well? In fact, Helena, aren't you wearing a cameo of some kind? Is it pendant or a ring, is it? Pendant. And she's got the ring as well. Really, really sizable, real statement look as well, this is, isn't it? It's something that's never ever going to date. Classic piece of jewellery. So you could simply wear that however you wanted to. You could glue that, couldn't you, Laura, to quite a few fabrics if you wanted to, or anything like that.
Oh, definitely.
What would you do with this?
I would probably wire wrap it.
Okay.
But you know, you could soutache it. You could do seed bead around it. Sort of anything like that. It's really, it's just a normal cabochon really, with a nice decorative feature. So I wouldn't want to take away from that. Yeah. So I'd have to make sure that it was secured around the edges. But you know, there's a lot of scope for it.
It's really pretty, isn't it? Massive size as well. I love that. SGPO48 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. £10.95. Have you had a look at price tags for cameos with their own rings, brooches, pendants? Do you know what? We've got to honour the last price tag, which means we're going even lower for you. 0800 644 655. Computer doesn't want to. Has now. £9.95 for you. This is really going to stand out on your craft stall, isn't it? I love the work that's gone into this as well. If you can, in fact, when you get this home, just have a real close look at the carving in that. It's beautiful, done to perfection. Can you imagine even attempting to do something like that? Mine wouldn't look good, I have to say. 0800 644 655. Lots of you shopping with us today on the web and on the phone lines. Really, really busy morning here at JewelleryMaker. It's going to be a busy afternoon as well with the deals we've got to tell you. £9.95. Hold those lines. Gorgeous. Righty-ho. Oh, some more cabs. These are gorgeous. In fact, we were looking at these, Helen and I, a little bit earlier on. The colours are fabulous. Fuchsia pinks. Look at these. They're like actual geodes. They are stunning. Look at that. Aladdin's cave, like a little treasure chest. That is beautiful. Huge cabochons you've got here. Fuchsia pinks as well. They really are stand out, aren't they? 355 carats of your pink colour agate, your multi-coloured shapes with your window, your druzy window in there as well. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual cabochons here. Can't guarantee you 5. I can't guarantee you the sizes and the shapes, but I can guarantee you that carat weight of 355 carats. That is a massive, massive carat weight. Again, you could wire wrap these if you wanted to, couldn't you? They'd look gorgeous as paint. Look at how gorgeous. Can you see how individual those are there to the ones that I have in my hand? they the same ones? Do you know what, as I said that, I looked up and I thought, actually, they look quite similar. Normally, they are very different. So if you order, for example, it may be that we recorded exactly the same pack. However, if you order a couple of these, you'll find that they're completely different in their colour, in their banding. If I show you this one, in agate, you get this beautiful banding within the gemstone that is completely different in every single one. So it really does make them unique. You have huge cabochons here, huge carat weight. So look at this one. These in pendants would look gorgeous. Real statement colour you've got there. 0800 644 655. I'm going to hold one of these up. Long drop in a pendant. That would look gorgeous, wouldn't it? 30-inch chain, maybe? 0800 644 655. OINV 43. £14.95. You've got your money back on one pendant there, haven't you? They are phenomenal. In fact, statement ring. Whoa. Helena, did you notice any jewellery at Glastonbury? Because they do tend to go to town, don't they? The Glastonbury family. Pardon? All statement jewellery. That's what you like, isn't it? It just made me think of carnivals and festivals, these really bright colours that you've got here. Really vivid, strong colours you've got there. Well done. If you've got those, they are gorgeous. Okie dokie. Oh, Tanzanite. It's all right. Time to have a party. Look at these. Now, how often do we see Tanzanite drops? I think I've seen these once before, either this strand or different drops. Normally, we're looking at rounds, aren't we, or nuggets, perhaps? Beautiful drops you've got in this strand. Tanzanite, you have to get it while you can. In the last 18 months or so, prices have gone up so much, but the quality of the gemstone that's coming out of the mine is not great. So basically, last September when Steve came back from India, he came back with no Tanzanite, and he made that decision because he just said he's not going to bring his customers poor quality Tanzanite at premium price tags. It makes sense, doesn't it? So luckily for you, the Tanzanite that we have in our vaults at the moment is Tanzanite that we bought some time ago. And at that time, when we bought this parcel, it was still coming out of the ground, not in abundance, but you know, it wasn't as scarce as it is now. So we still got the deals on your Tanzanite, which means we're still going to pass them on to you. We are not about to put our price tags up for Tanzanite just yet. They are gorgeous. It could come next week, that news. It could be in a month's time. It could be in a couple of months' time. The truth of the matter is we don't know. If we got a phone call today to say that the mine had depleted, what do you think is going to happen to price tags in the industry? They're not going to go down, are they? I know, and in fact we've had this discussion many a time in the office. We're not right, okay, well, we're telling all of our customers to buy Tanzanite, and we're telling you that it's rare, yet we're bringing it you quite a lot, which we are, because we are bringing you everything that we have left while we can. It's that simple. While you can get these deals, grab them. I always stick by a little motto of the fact that you will never ever regret buying Tanzanite, but you will regret not buying it. In a couple of years' time, if you've got this locked away somewhere, might be just worth getting out and having it valued. Even if you're not going to do anything with this strand and you are just buying Tanzanite to keep. Lots of people, when we have Tanzanite strands, come in, buy one for jewellery, to set into jewellery, to use in their designs. Others like to keep them just because it's Tanzanite. The drops we hardly ever have. They are perfect for your high-end earrings. Beautiful clustering with these, maybe. You could use those as petals, couldn't you? Gorgeous shapes. Faceted beautifully. And the colour is phenomenal. It's not like we're looking at poor quality Tanzanite here. We are looking at phenomenal quality. And you're looking at 35 carats. 35 carats for under £50. It really is as bonkers as it seems. We should never ever be taking this to double figures because it's Tanzanite. It is a gemstone that was considered to be so precious it was added to your big four. So along with sapphire, diamonds, rubies and emeralds, this is now your big 5. And do you know what? Out of all of those big 5, which ones are we struggling to get? Which ones do we not have in abundance? There's only one, isn't there? You need to be getting this as soon as you can. Anonymous, you are, in fact, you've got this in your basket. You need to check that out. Rose in South Yorkshire, you need to check yours out. How many do we have left? Did you say 2 left? Okay, we've got 2 left. Not everybody's going to be successful. If you've got that in your basket, you do need to check out. Well done, Kalisha. Well done, Belinda. Carol, you've got yours in Dorset as well. That is gorgeous. I love those. Solid. Oh, are these little genie lamps? Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Having got my glasses on, I would just like to point out that from a distance, Claire, if you can get quite far away, just so that everybody can see where I was coming from here, I'd really appreciate that so that I don't look silly. Can you see? Doesn't that look like a genie lamp? Yeah. From afar, Pete says yes. Claire says yes. Look. How close do we need to get to realise it's a bird? Sorry. They're little birds, not genie lamps. They are solid sterling silver, and you're going to get 2 of these. They are so cute, so beautiful. Solid sterling silver, that's going to add value. Just looking for my tweezers. That will add value. 3. Oh, I've left one in there. All 3 for one incredible price tag. Thanks, Cathy love. 925, that's going to add value to any piece of jewellery. And with the Tanzanite that we've just had, I'd highly recommend using 925. And do you know what? We've got 925 solid sterling silver wire coming up into one of today's kits. How often do we have sterling silver wire? Like never. And I've got 7 meters in one kit for you today. These are gorgeous. I'd be using just one of these, I think, in a design. Just one of them. There's a lot of silver in these. You can really, really feel that weight. You can see the quality there. You can see that incredible luster that you've got from these. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. Really, really cute. If you wanted to, you've got 3 in a pack, so you could use 2 of those in earrings if you wanted to. Add an earring finding there. Pop one of those on a pendant. Got a set there, haven't you? Gail in Lincolnshire, well done to you. You've checked yours out. £8.95. That's not even £3 each for you there. 0800 644 655 MERF02 is your code. 3 pieces you've got here. Aren't they gorgeous? Imagine just a little. I'm just thinking, well, they're going to go with any gemstone. The rose quartz flowers that I've got coming up for you. Maybe simple stretchy. Just pop one of those in as a charm. How pretty is that going to look? Really feminine, isn't it? I love that look. Gail in Lincolnshire, you've got yours. Well done to you. Lots of you, whoops, lots of you with these in baskets. So do make sure that you are checking out as soon as you can. Those are really pretty. Okie dokies. Oh, these are my favourite. Oh, look at these. Again, solid sterling silver for you. I think you've got 10 pieces here. Oh, yeah, one snuck away. There we go. Have a look at these. Really, really delicate. They are so pretty. Do you know what? I'd be tempted to use maybe all of these, 5 in each ear. Gorgeous cluster earrings. They'd look so pretty. Aren't they beautiful? Really, really delicate. 925 sterling silver leaf chimes you've got here. Approximately 2.5 by 7.5 millimetres in size. 10 pieces in total. There's a lot of detail on these as well. They are gorgeous. What would you do with these, Laura?
Like you say, they make nice little finishing drops to say maybe some charms, chains, sorry. So if you had some sterling silver chain, different lengths, and just had a couple of those on the end, it's going to give a bit of interest and detail, isn't it? And maybe pop a couple of gemstones in. But I would also be thinking of making something pretty for, say, my daughter, because they're delicate enough for you to be able to create kind of elegant earrings for younger children that aren't going to be too big and heavy, that aren't going to catch. You could put them to like some stud findings and just have it as a little tiny drop.
I like that idea.
So, you know, I think it means that it's got a bit of a more versatile age range that it could go to.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? They're so pretty. And they are solid sterling silver as well. So again, they're going to add that value to your piece for you. 0800 644 655. I love them. Wow. As low as we can go, I'd be multi-buying. Definitely multi-buying. These would look gorgeous on a chain as well. I want to use them all though. They're just so pretty. We had the leaves. almost like wire mesh leaves. Do you remember last week we had those? God, they're so beautiful. I love those. You wasn't here, Helena. You were in Glastonbury. Well, we had a few left on, I think it was Saturday. I love those. The leaves are really on trend at the moment, aren't they? In all of your accessories, in all of your jewellery as well. They're gorgeous. $6.95. Anonymous in Sussex, you've got 2. Anonymous in West Yorkshire, you've got 2. Congratulations. Anonymous in Kent, you've just joined me. Diane in Carmarthenshire, how's the weather there this afternoon? I think it's pretty much warm everywhere, isn't it? What's it like in London today? Oh. Is it really?
We did random showers, like when I pulled in here.
Yeah.
Random shower. When I left Bristol, random shower, and then bright sunshine.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Really weird.
It always baffles me when it's really raining, when it's hot. It
Yeah.
just doesn't seem right. It smells nice, says Ryan. It smells nice. Well, it really scuppered up my washing plans. It was so hot yesterday, I thought I'm going to strip the beds, wash all the bedding, hang it out before I go to work, then check the weather forecast, showers. Can do it, can I? Oh well. Oh well. Hokey cokies, just pop those back in there. Whoopsie. Righty ho. Heart shape abalone. Oh my gosh, look at these. Really, really beautiful. These are really sizable as well. They are double-sided, so you could quite easily just use 2 of these as earrings. Pair of earrings. Look at that colour. Really gorgeous organic gemstone. The iridescence you have from this gemstone is fabulous. There's so many colours there. You've got the greens, you've got the blues, you've got the pinks in there, you've got the purples in there, gorgeous violet, hazy violet hues you've got in there as well. And they are really sizable. 15, 16 millimetres in size. They're huge actually, aren't they? These, with any of your cashew pearls, if you've got any cashew pearls, or just, in fact, these, how about restranding these and using one of your abalones in there as a charm? How pretty would that look? Really organic. I'm loving that. They're very romantic, these gemstones, aren't they? You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26 approximately in this strand. So that is, if you like, 13 pairs of earrings. What kind of price tag do you think you could pop on these, Laura? Just a simple pair of earrings.
I think if you kept it plated and a simple head pin and earring hook, £5 a pair.
Brilliant. I love that. Earrings where it's at, isn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you've got a striking pair of earrings there that I think everybody's going to love. And again, it's I think it is quite a recognised gemstone.
Yeah.
They might not know, people might not know what it's called, but they recognise it, and you know, it's pretty.
Yeah.
So to get it affordable like that, you could make a ring out of it, you could make a matching pendant, to have a whole set.
They're actually really sizable for rings, aren't they? Really sizable. They are lovely. Gorgeous. With pearls, they look phenomenal. But there's so many different gemstones that you can put with these because of those colours there. £11.95. Oh, it's the chain. Love this chain so much. Had quite a few of these over the weekend. Different colours. I've got the rose gold, I've got the gold, I've got the silver, I've got the textured chain, the plain chain in there as well. This really is a fabulous chain. There's so many uses for this. I think I did say the last time on Saturday that I was here that I'm not really over the bag yet that Deborah had made, that she wouldn't let me have. Yeah, I'm not over it yet. No. Basically, Deb took one of these 5 metres of your alloy chain here, and she used the entire chain to make a bag, and she'd used 16 links across and I think 10 rows, and link them all together. You can go on YouTube actually, I think that's on YouTube, if you do want to recreate the bag. I highly recommend it, it's a good look. Yeah, so that is there, but also if you've got a little black dress, just simply transforming a look from daytime to nighttime, you could pop that around your waist. If you see these belts everywhere, all your ladies clothing stores have these belts, and believe, in fact, I was shopping yesterday, you're talking £15–20 for a belt and the rest, if it's got anything fancy on there. So that, just simply around the waist, a little bit of a dangle. You could even pop some of your tassels on the end of there as well if you wanted to, or some gemstones. So that completely transforms the look of a dress. You could go for the layered up look. Guest designer Claire created a really gorgeous layered up look with the silver chain. quite a while ago now, actually. In fact, that was the first time I'd seen the chain when Claire brought that in. So you could create that layered up look, which does look really, really nice. Against the block colour, doesn't it look fab? And yesterday, actually, I was in River Island. Other ladies' clothing stores are available. I was looking at a necklace, and it was kind of, I was in the queue, and I say this all the time, there's not many ladies' clothing stores now that don't sell costume jewellery. I think they all do, pretty much. There was a necklace, and it was kind of all twisted, like this. And then through those links, there was some smaller chain, and through that chain, there was some smaller chains. This is obviously the look right now. And do you know how much that was? £28. Any genuine gemstones? No, nothing in there at all. And I was like, wow, I could recreate that look at home very, very easily. We do have this chain in different sizes. This one is 20 by 15 millimetres, those links there. They do open very easily as well. If you've got your tools at home, a couple of pairs of pliers, you can open those links really, really easily. Simple bracelet. You can have this on your clutch bag, you know, the leather nappers? Yes, I got mine a couple of weeks ago, well, about a week ago actually. Just popping some of that on the side of your clutch bag, yeah, to dress up your clutch bag or your purse maybe. They're just fab, and it is such an on-trend look right now. You've got 5 metres of your gold-plated aluminium alloy chain here as well. High-end look, very, very on-trend at the moment. TLPO54 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655, £12.95 for you. Incredible. How about your off the shoulder? You know, your off the shoulder chain. Off the shoulder chain, off the shoulder dress. Perhaps just popping some on the other side as your strap on your dress. There's so many things you can do with this chain, isn't there, Laura?
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, at the moment the look's very layered statement kind of look. So, you know, we've got these amazing sort of agate slices, like those druzy type ones. You could put a couple of those. It would be a nice contrasting, chunky kind of chain to go with that chunky pendant. Yeah. You could put a couple together and then have layers of chain behind it. But it's going to be lightweight because it's not got the weight of chain. Yeah. So you get that statement look, but you don't get that sort of heavy. Do you know what? It is so light, and like I say, it allows you to wear a lot of this if you want to as well. It's fabulous. Get this home, have a play with it. You've got 30 days, 30-day money-back guarantee with everything. Okie dokies. Let's have a little look. Oh, look at these colours. Bridesmaids, that's what I'm thinking straight away. Look at these gorgeous, gorgeous colours there. Your gorgeous hazy violet, your gorgeous lilac-y hue. Isn't that beautiful? Lavender culture pearls. And your orange culture pearls you've got there. Very bridesmaid. A new series of Don't Tell the Brides just started, hasn't it? Do you watch that? Do you watch that, Laura? I used to, haven't watched it for ages.
There's a new series now, and it's on one of the main channels, so it's obviously like a big.
Oh, I just don't have time. I used to, though. I won't be brave enough to
Would you trust
your
husband?
I don't know. No.
No? Would you not trust him?
I like to be in charge too much.
Right.
And I don't think I would. I don't think I'd be comfortable with not knowing what he was doing. I'd have to be telling him. We'd have to have a plan before he goes on air. You've got to do that, haven't you? Yeah, I would. You do, most of the time. Eleanor, would you trust your boyfriend? 12 grand, planned your wedding? No? No? No. That's what it's all about. If you haven't seen it, Don't Tell the Bride. 12 grand, plan your wedding, but the man has to do it all. Like 3 weeks, isn't it, or something? It's brilliant. The best one was where she said, that's it, I'm not going, I'm not marrying him. He has messed this up. Because he didn't invite a sister or something. It was bad. Yeah, I think he spent all the money on a stag do in Vegas, so there was like only 3 people he could take to the wedding. Bad idea. Oh, I need to catch up on that one. Yeah. All from pearls. That's where that was going. Weddings, pearls, unbelievable. Genuine pearls, if you have a look on the high street, any of your boutiques can command absolutely astronomical prices. In fact, faux pearls can command huge price tags. These are genuine. They are the real deal. And I absolutely challenge you to find pearls, genuine pearls, anywhere else, brand new, anywhere near the kind of prices that we take these down to. You are looking at quality and you're looking at the real deal. These have taken years and years to culture these pearls. It's the only time that I would ever tell you to buy faux.
is if you are selling pearls on your craft stall. Sometimes, I know a lot of you, I know guest designer Mark likes to pass on his deals that he gets here at JewelleryMaker onto his customers, which is fair enough. But sometimes, as we all know, if something is too low in price, you do question it a little bit, don't you, as to what's wrong with it, you know, is it genuine, is it a fake, why is it so low in price, you know, which is fine. Get your certificate of authenticity when you're buying pearls. It's an extra 50 pence if you print it off the, no, it's extra 50 pence if you add it to your order. I've had a couple of days off, that's what it is. Extra 50 pence if you add it to your order. Print it off at the website free of charge. But do, if you can, get a strand of faux pearls as well, just so you can get your customer to handle the pearls so that they know that what you are selling them are genuine, and you're educating them at the same time as well, which everybody loves, don't they? They really do. So get those faux if you can as well. Have a little look around, see if you can get some of those, just to show your customers, that is, of course. These are the real deal. You've got 2 strands there. I'm going to count them for you, actually. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There's a good 40, 50 pearls in that strand. Right, okay, so rock bottom we should never be on one strand is £6.95. Rock bottom. But for 2 strands, Cushy in Surrey, £8.95. So it's like buy one, get one for £2. Genuine pearls. We're not talking one strand of pearls under £10. We're talking 2 strands of genuine pearls for under £10. And do you know what? You could get 2 bracelets out of one strand easily. 7.5-inch bracelet, 2 of those. So that's 4 bracelets there. What kind of price tag would you be popping on these if you were to resell them? £20 each? Genuine pearls? Yeah, easily. Do you know what, your quid's in with that one. Cushy and Surrey, make sure you're checking out your baskets. Anonymous, you're joining me as well. IOGC61 is your code for this one. Make sure you're on those phone lines and pushing your number 1 buttons. Those are gorgeous. Love those. Okay. Did you say this is going to be Laura's challenge? Oh, look at these. God, she's very excited. She's throwing a wire around. These are gorgeous. That looks like pre-night. Is that pre-night? Ah, 1 box away. Let's have a look. Oh. Have a look at these. These are, do you know what? I'm looking at these and I'm thinking gents pieces. Quite masculine, this gemstone. I like this. Beautiful lavakite. That is gorgeous. Almost like an adolescence from this gemstone here. Silky like luster. That is just stunning. They're huge rounds that you've got there. So in your bigger strand there, you've got 380 carats, 12mm rounds they are. You've got 240 carats in your faceted rounds in your 10 mils. They're faceted beautifully, aren't they? Got so much luster. And then you've got your 8 mils there as well, 120 carats. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 40. 740 carats in total. Massive, massive carat weight you've got there. And you're getting 3 strands. So what are your first thoughts then, Laura, with these?
I'm thinking you've got a perfect, for me, this would last me for such a long time because I see them as individual stones. I could make a pendant out of them, rosary link chain to go with the pendant. Probably don't have time to do all of that today, but that's something that you could do. You know, cufflinks I'm thinking of making with the larger plain ones because, as you said, they're very unisex. I just think they're beautiful. I did choose this set because it's very me.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? I'm loving these. I quite imagine these look nice with labradorite and moonstone.
They're going to go with everything, can't they? Because of that shiller that's bouncing off of them. And again, they're going to go with any colour wire. But because they're that sort of more grayer colour, there's that softer rather than the bold black. It's that softer, more charcoal kind of colour. So again, it's going to go with so much.
They are beautiful.
They are beautiful, really beautiful.
There's loads here, isn't there, as well?
Definitely.
Absolutely loads. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, approximately 33 just in your 12 mils there alone. They are gorgeous. And as Laura said, you know what, they're going to go with absolutely everything, aren't they? Because of that gorgeous hue that you've got there as well. Like, it is almost a charcoal, isn't it? You know, it's not that striking black. It's more of a soft tone to this one, isn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. I just think they're gorgeous.
They're beautiful. I love the faceted ones as well. You get so much luster off those. They are stunning. Muriel in Wiltshire, you've got yours. One's a Gale in... Whoa! That's for 3 strands, and that's not even your price tag. We're going even lower than £12.85, is that? Oh. This is why you need to have us on speed dial. You don't want to miss out on these opportunities, do you? Come on, computer. Wow, that's for 3 strands. If you're brand new and you're tuning in for the first time today and you're just starting out and you really want to have a substantial stash to work with, you've got to get these. Such good value, and a gemstone that's going to go with so much as well. £8.95 is incredible. Elizabeth in Greater London, well done. Lynn in Somerset, Cassandra in Nottinghamshire, Victoria in Cheshire, you've just joined me. Margaret in Gwent, you're there as well. Let us know how the weather is where you are today. I like to have a little weather check. 60777, start your message with the word JM Studio. Claire, she's off to Oz next week. She's off there to cool down from it. Is it the, hang on, it's proper winter, yeah. But it's still like 20 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, where we're finishing will be like 30, so.
What? 30-degree winter? To be fair, I don't think I could handle that. I don't think, if that's their winter, can you imagine what the summer is? Ooh, think of the spiders. Oh, sorry, Claire. Sorry, Helena. I am listening now. Oh, do you know what? That half an hour went so good. Design inspiration, you know what you're here for, Anna? That's what we're doing right now. Designer inspiration for you. Have a look at these. Woo! Brand new Amethyst cabochons. I have to say, they are gorgeous. Look at these, they are beautiful, real, look at the cut on these. Perfection, absolute perfection. They are gorgeous. I am loving these. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't guarantee that number of cabochons that you're going to get, but I can guarantee you, or can I guarantee this one? Because we've got 1, 2, okay. Can I guarantee the number of cabochons in this one? I think I can, can't I? 3 in the pear-shaped and 3 in the oval. Brilliant. Fabulous. Don't you think they would make gorgeous rings? Look at that. Perfect size for a statement look, isn't it? Perfect size. So your oval ones are 22 by 16 millimetres and your pairs are 22 by 16 millimetres as well. They are gorgeous. They're really different, aren't they, to any other amethyst cabochons that we've had, I think. I don't ever remember seeing any like this. They're beautiful. So you're going to get 6 of your cabochons there. And you've got a whole lot of wire. And you've got your 0.4 millimetre silver coloured wire. You've got your 1 millimetre gauge there as well. You've got your 0.25 millimetre gauge, 15 metres. And you've got your 0.8 millimetres, 10 metres of your 0.8, so that's 10, 20, 30, 45 metres of wire. That is a whole lot of wire to be going on with. And if you've seen any of our wire bundles here, you know how crazy those price tags are. So again, if you're just starting out with your wire work, you are in the right place at the wire time. Oh dear me. I'd actually never meant to say that. It wasn't meant to be a pun or anything. It would have been really rubbish if it was. I just got my words mixed up. You got my wires crossed. Oh dear. Yes, as I was about to say, you're in the right place at the right time, because our lovely Laura Binding, I think it's fair to say this is your speciality, isn't it, wire? Yeah. You love it, don't you?
I do, yeah.
It's quite therapeutic, isn't it? I've been having a little practice at home.
Yeah,
and it's really therapeutic.
I find it very therapeutic. If I've had a bad day or I'm stressed, I find it quite relaxing to sit and just create something. I just find it frees my mind as such. Just let things create.
And cabochons, they're perfect to start off with, aren't they? Yeah,
they're great, and I love these because they're so they're uniform. The sides are uniform. You've got a lot of opportunity with these.
Yeah. They're stunning, aren't they? Really, really pretty. Look at that colour. And the great thing I love about these as well is because they're softer in their colour. They're more of a pink, more of a lavender amethyst. So you're getting an incredible amount of brilliance from within the gemstones. They really do carry the light beautifully. They really glow from within, and they are the perfect size for your rings. You've got so much wire, 6 cabochons and 45 metres of your wire there as well. Can you see that lustre from your wire as well? Fabulous. That's because they are silver in colour there, so you've got so much lustre coming from that. And if you are, again, just starting out, you've got your cabochons, that's a perfect thing to start working with, and you've got a lot of wire. So if you want to have a practice and a little bit goes wrong, it's absolutely fine. You've got plenty of wire to practice with there as well. Incredible deal we're going to bring to you on this kit. 0800 644 655 LUGC 19 should be £45.20. One of these cabochons, what kind of carat weight are we looking at here, Helena? Do we know? It's not on my graphicals. Wow. 88 carats in total of your amethyst there. So we're looking at approximately 40 across 3. So we're looking at 13 carats per gemstone. What kind of price tag would you pay for a 13 carat amethyst in a ring? Anywhere. That's bonkers, isn't it, that deal? You get your money back on just one of those. £26.95. Lots of you on the phone lines and on the web today. LUGC 19 is how you get involved. They are gorgeous. I love that colour. Love that brilliance. They really, really glow. Even in pendants, perfect size. If you've got any of your flat wire, I know a couple of weeks ago when Gemma Crow, that was it, Gemma Crow was here and we had the flat wire, just simply glued a cabochon into the flat wire and it looked fabulous. It really, really did. Right, let's go and have a little look at some of Laura's pieces. Gorgeous. It's all about the rings today, isn't it? All about the rings. I'm just going to take me refreshments with me. Oh, wow. Oh, they're the perfect size, aren't they?
They're ideal. As I said, they're perfect. Perfect for earrings, perfect for rings, perfect for pendants. And you get that uniformity as well, so you know that you're going to get a matching pair. You know that you can make a complete set out of it, a complete suite. That can be worn either way, but I quite like it like that personally, but you can wear it either way.
Well, don't they say with a pair, if it's pointing towards you, it means you're taken.
Yeah.
If it's pointing away, this is they, whoever they are. They say, don't know who they are, but yeah, apparently so. I love the wirework in this, Laura. It's gorgeous.
And that stone is practically, I mean, it's just like it's almost tinted with a hint of the colour, isn't it? It's so clear.
I love this one. It's just glowing, isn't it? That's stunning. The wire is fantastic as well in this piece. So you've got 3 rings.
3 rings.
The pendant, look at the pendant. Oh my gosh. So when you're working, Laura, do you just start wrapping while she's making the jewellery? Start wire wrapping, and do you just go wherever you want to go, or do you have a plan, have a design in mind, or do you just go with the flow?
No, I do tend to just see what happens.
Yeah.
I find it's for me it works out best. If I try to plan it, they never really turn out how I want them to. But I think if I have an idea sometimes in my head of what I want to happen.
Yeah.
But with pendants like that, I caged it basically, and then I wanted to just do a bit of embellishment and let it sort of create itself. And again with the ring as well, I wanted it to have a prong effect, but be decorative as well.
That's fab. Absolutely love. I love them all. If I had to pick one, I don't think I could. I think I'd have to have all 3. I love them all. They are fab. They really are. And the pendant's gorgeous as well. And isn't it fab that you've got so many gauges of wire to work with?
Do you know, I still have this, plus there's some 0.25 down here ready on a demo.
Yeah.
I've made a sample piece and I made a ring for the second kit as a prototype out of the same wire.
Wow.
And it's still going.
There's a lot of wire.
There's still loads left. There's just so much left.
Loads of wire. And that is a fantastic price tag, I have to say as well. So we've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah,
I've used all of the cabochons, yeah.
Oh, I love the earrings as well. Really simple, but so effective, aren't they?
And they're lightweight as well.
Yeah.
So they've, again, it goes back to having that statement look.
Yeah.
But it's lightweight because, you know, it's just that one stone.
They are stunning, they really are. They're so much. You know what? I think I might have to multi-buy with this kit. I want more than 6 cabochons. And think of the wire you'd have as well. Incredible deal there at £26.95. 0800 644 655. Loads of you checking out on the website and on the telephone today, but there are loads of you with these in your baskets. If you do have that in your basket, just make sure that you are checking out. Really, really important that you check out your baskets. That is too good a deal to miss out on, isn't it, at that price tag? Gorgeous. So what are you going to demo for us then, lovely Laura?
I'm actually going to have a go at doing the one that you tried on first, which is it's more simple in its wire work. It's got a little bit more structure to it, something that you can kind of replicate. This one. And then obviously if we've got a little bit of extra time, maybe we'll touch on how the earrings were done. And if anyone's got any questions or they want to ask me anything, then I'll have a go.
60777. You've got any questions for Laura at all? Just text in and she'll be only too happy to help you. Brilliant.
Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do with this one is we've got, like I said, all of these gauges of wire here. So I've got the 1 mil, the 0.8, the 0.4 and the 0.25. So for this one I've actually used 0.8, 1 mil and my 0.25. Okay. I've only used one piece of my 1 mil just to give it a little bit of extra strength. And I've used my 0.8 and 0.25 because as a combination they work really well. Whenever you're doing any kind of weaving, if you're going to use a 0.8 gauge as a base wire, I would recommend a 0.25 as your weaving wire. Because your 0.4 is going to become hard to work with the 0.8. It's going to pull the 0.8 out of shape, and it's going to become it's going to make it a lot harder to do, which is going to make you less, it's going to put you off of it, because you're going to think it's hard work, it's not working, you put it down. Whereas if you just use a 0.25, you're going to find it's a lot easier, and it's softer against your hand as well, the feel of the ring. So when you're doing rings, you don't need a ton of your wire. This is why I've got so much left. You know, the ones that I've used the most of is my 0.25. This is the actual 0.25 from my kit. That's what I've still got left.
Wow.
Oh no, sorry, that's what I've still got left. But as I said, that's doing other projects. But the reason I've got so much of my 0.8 and my 1 mil is because I'm only using little sections to make the rings. I don't need tons of wire. So I'm going to cut probably about a ruler's length of wire. Probably going to be a little bit too much, but it's better to have a bit too much. And I'm going to cut one piece of the 1 mil and 2 pieces of the 0.8. All to be the same sort of length. So once you've done the first, and you'll be able to feel the difference when you're working with these. You'll be able to feel which one is the 0.8, and you can actually see which one's slightly thicker. Okay, and pop that there. So that's it with your base wires. That's all you're going to need. So now you're going to need your 0.25 wire. Okay. What I'm going to do is just start a nice simple weave to keep these ring shank together, but also to make it look nice and feel super comfy. So I'm going to lay the wires down, and I'm going to start off with one of my 0.8s. I'm going to anchor my 0.25 wire on. Now I actually did the whole of that ring without having to add any wire on.
Wow.
I kept it the complete piece continuous.
Oh my God.
Okay. If that doesn't work for you, if your wire snaps or anything like that, it's not the end of the world, you'll be able to add on. But it's one that you can make it really continuous, which reduces any sharp edges, any potential for having to add in, and then, you know, every time you cut a wire, you have to get rid of the end, and then you have to add a new wire in. So.
And you'd want as less as possible.
Well, with anything really. So a little tail. I'm just holding that into the against the actual 0.8 wire, and I'm just going to wrap 5 times. And the reason I'm wrapping 5 times is because I'm actually going to be doing 5 wraps on each side. So if I was going to be doing 3, then I probably would just do 3. Okay. Just push that nice and close. Take your 1 mil wire. Just kick that wire down so you can differentiate your wires. Now the other thing I'll say is that you'll notice I'm working from one end towards the middle, okay? And that enables me to have a nice clear working space here. If I was working here, I would be fighting with my wires. If you're left-handed, simply work from this end, but make sure that your tail is on this side and that your working white weave is coming out towards the end so that you can move it along towards the middle, if that makes sense. Okay, and that's also, so if you're left-handed, it's completely the same, but you just work from the other side. However, it's comfortable, really. So this is the only time I'm actually going to wrap this 1mm wire, and the reason I'm going to wrap it is just to secure it at the beginning rather than it sort of escaping. So I'm just going to bring my wire around and just go around the whole of that 1mm wire. Take my next 0.8, kick it up, and wrap 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you notice when I'm wrapping it, I'm literally letting it stop naturally and just gently guiding it with my finger to make sure it sits. I'm not pulling loads of tension, and that keeps it quite nice. And what you do need is to be careful of your tension on this, because you need to be able to move it down.
Right.
And if it gets stuck, especially these top 2 wires, then you're going to be stuck with a ring that's not going to have a lot of working wire. So now what I'm going to do is just take some flat nose pliers, gently give it a squidge, and move the whole section, only a little bit, a couple of inches. Okay, now I need these wires to stay as close to each other as they can, really. These have got a very slight gap, which I don't really want. Not the end of the world, as long as I keep it consistent now. All right, just see what I mean there? So it's got a very slight little gap, which really I don't really want, okay? At this point I can get rid of that little tail, because I don't want it. And what happens is if you don't get rid of the tails, for me, I find, if I don't get rid of the tails initially, once it's established, you then suddenly continue working, all of a sudden you'll see a little tail or a little bit of wire and you'll be like, oh, where's that come from? And it would just be your tail, but you could end up kind of cutting the wrong wire then maybe, which you don't want to do if you've done all this work. So the wire is now facing towards me, okay? And what I'm going to do is we're just going to go over and under this centre wire and wrap 5 times on each side. So I'm going to go, because it's facing towards me, I'm just going to bring it, if I say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to bring the wire in between 1 and 2 and wrap number 1 wire 5 times. 3. And again, if you see, I'm literally just gently guiding it. Now the wire's away from me now, so it's going to go behind that middle wire and then come up and around and over the top wire 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. So now again it's facing me. And what you'll notice is how I'm holding these wires. See how I'm holding them flat with my finger and my thumb. And then what I'll do is a little section and then I will stop. And again I will just go over that wire. Because what can happen is those wires will bunch together. And if you're pulling the wires really tight, it's going to affect the overall. Okay, so it's ahead of me, so I'm going to go again in between these 2 wires and then wrap that bottom wire. And again it's behind, so behind that wire and wrap 5 times. And the beauty of using the 0.25 is it really is just like using a thread. You can see how easy that is. Just don't forget to give it a little scoot. And then I'm just literally using the natural tension. It's naturally stopping. 4, 5. And then over.
It looks so tidy as well, doesn't it? So neat.
And you just stop at regular intervals and just give it a little crunch. I'll hold that up for you to see, and you'll see how quickly just that little section's built, but how. Sorry, I'm stay on my thumbs. But also, what you do need to be careful of, if you get too sort of comfortable and complacent doing it, is you can create little bubbles. Right. So if you're going and you're not paying attention, what you can do is you can kind of, if you don't pull it properly, like scoot it up properly, it can kind of, I won't be able to do it now, I'm trying to do it, but it will kind of bubble up and then it will sort of be, or it might go over. And if I can just show that, it's not too noticeable, but it's, you know, if you do it quite a few times, you really can't see it too well. You can just see like a little lump there, it's not very clear. But if you do a couple of those, a little bit more obvious as you're going along, it becomes quite obvious when you've done your whole piece. You just sometimes though, if you see them, you can kind of just go over it and kind of flatten it a little bit with your pliers. Okay, so move that. Go into one that I've done already. Okay, this is probably about the longest thing that takes with rings for me, is doing the actual ring shank. Okay. But when you do the ring shank, you're then given 6 wires that you then have potential to do something nice with. Now, if you don't want 6 wires, if you think I only really want 4, then use maybe 2 pieces of 1mm wire and just do a weave to hold them together. Because the 1mm are going to be strong, but obviously be aware that you're using a different base wire, so it's going to behave a bit differently. It's not going to be maybe as malleable, but you haven't got so many wires to deal with. So it's just looking at it like that. So I've done that, and you can see I've got like a nice sort of length now. And what I've got to do when I'm ready is look at it and think, right, okay, because you don't need too much. It's just the ring shank. So you can see there's the odd little bubble there where I've just done it quite quickly, and it does notice if you're looking at it closely. All right. So I'm going to take my ring mandrel, and on this I'm actually going to go to the size I want.
Right.
Okay. In fact, I'll probably have it sitting just slightly above the size that I actually want, because if I do that, then what will happen is if I hold it like this and then let it go, it's going to spring out. Can you see how it's sprung? And if you don't notice, so if I'm holding it like this and think, yep, that's fine, and then I let it go to do some work like that, straight away it's changed its size.
So you want to go slightly smaller.
So if you go slightly smaller or just above the size, then when it opens out, because see how much that's dropped as soon as you open it?
It's quite a lot, isn't it?
And little things like that do make that difference when you're, and sizing's quite important with rings, you know? So just what you want is you don't need those wires to match. Like, you don't want that weave to actually meet. Okay, I've probably done it a little bit too much for this type of ring, so what I would do is probably make a larger ring. Because these rings are quite opaque, what you don't want, as if I can show you, is every wire that can you see that? If I do it like that, you'll see. See the wire behind it? I noticed when you were holding the ring against your over your ring, you can see the wire behind it. So if you look on that ring, you can't see any of the wires, because you have to. I've tried to make it so that it is held in and encased, not actually. The wires aren't splashing across it for you to see, because obviously that would reflect. All right. So that's quite important with this type of ring. Okay. So what I'm going to do is separate these into 3. So what I want is the 2 outer wires. I'm going to just move them to the side. No, I'm not. I was thinking
Inside the mind of Laura Binding.
No.
Yes, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not. It's because I'm thinking of the other rings. I'm not going to do that at all. I don't do these types of rings very often, so I naturally default into doing this. So when you say you sit and create something, you do find that you do develop little traits of what you naturally do. So that's why I was going to a default of what I would normally do.
It's good to see, though.
There you go. See?
We're just going to quickly do the ring mandrel for you, because lots of you are going to need this, especially when it comes to ring. In fact, it was only last week that I got my mum one of these. She's like, get me the ring mandrel. She sends me to work with a list every time I come in, every time. Ring mandrel, absolutely essential if you're making rings. Sizing is really, really important with your wirework, because once you've made those designs, they can't be adjusted. It's not like a plain silver shank that could be resized, where you put that much effort in and you've got all that wirework at the back, you cannot resize. So the ring mandrel, really, really important. Now this goes from a size G all the way up to, well, past a size Z actually, so that pretty much covers it all right there. In the UK, the most popular size is size 7, which is your size N to O, so anywhere between your N to O there is the most popular size. Really important to have. Get this home. It's only £8.95, and it's not just good for your ring making as well. So many guest designers use it just to create that shape, don't they, for whatever pieces that you're making.
I actually used mine to create the base for my earrings. Because I needed that sort of consistent shape, so I actually used it to get that sort of rounded shape, and I just pulled the 2 wires together to get that Peridot kind of shape. So and like you say, you might want to make your own large jump rings, or you might want, and you can hammer them as well, which is really brilliant if you're using that thicker gauge of wire. You can just hammer against it and then shape. It then enables you to shape it, whereas if you did a spiral and then hammered it, it's going to be flat. If you hammered it against the ring mandrel, you can, it sort of starts to dome and curve to the shape of the ring mandrel, which matches your finger. So
perfect then. Perfect. And I like this little case it comes in as well.
I love the little case. I put
like
everything in the little case.
Brilliant, isn't it? You could get loads more in there. So you could get a couple of ring mandrels in there, in fact, if you wanted to. But you can get loads of other bits in there as well. So that is really, really useful. I quite like that.
I put my interchangeable hammer in there, because I always lose the heads on the little. There's got like 5 little interchangeable heads on it, and I always lose them. So I keep that, my ring mandrel, and the interchangeable heads all in there.
All in one place. Love that. Storage as well, that's what we need. £8.95. 0800 644 655. Check that out if you've got that in your basket. Okie dokies.
Okay.
Righty ho.
So I'll go back to what I was actually supposed to be doing. Because I've got my 3 wires together here, what I'm going to do is sort of get them so that they start to open out, okay? And it is going to be the same pattern as we've been doing for the ring shank, but what we're going to do is actually wrap the middle wire now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm actually going to change it to 3. No, I'm not going to. Well, you can do it 3 or 5. It doesn't matter. There's no wrong or right.
Yeah.
So you can go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go for 3 because it's quicker. So I've wrapped it around 3 times, and what I'm going to, the middle one, bring it all the way around and then back, and then wrap that other side. 1, 2, 3. And then that centre wire there again, just going to bring that wire all the way around that wire, so you can see. And then wrap this one. 1, 2, 3. And then again this middle wire, wrap it all the way around. And then this one here. So what you're doing is you're only wrapping the centre wire once, but the 2 outer wires are 3 times. And it's just helping give it a bit more stability, bearing in mind that you're actually using a 1 mil in the middle anyway, so it's stronger. See, this is what happens if you don't pay 100% attention. You can see that? I'll turn it to the side. Can you see? Let me hold it up for you. See how it's bumped out?
Yeah.
See it there? And so that's, although it's not too obvious on the screen, there you can see it better there. So that's because I wasn't paying attention and I didn't pull that wire nice and tight.
Right.
So if I did not notice that, that's going to be apparent. So you do need to try and pay attention.
Pay attention, Nora.
Also, don't try and do it backwards as well. That's obviously not recommended because it does make you lose concentration. But you can see how quickly, and again, so what you're going to do, and again, because I'm not doing this properly, I'm making lots of little mistakes now. So it's good because it highlights how easy it is to make that little mistake. 2, 3. And then what you want to do, this does actually go quite quickly. Oops, out the way. And you notice I've still got the wire on the reel, and I'm still keeping it continuous. And then what I'm going to do is, if I show it like this, what I'm doing is twisting it towards me, so you can see how it's sort of going across like that, so it's twisting. And what I'm going to want to do is place my stone in, and I want this to kind of fold around the stone.
Okay.
It's narrow at this section because obviously it's opening out, but that's fine because once you get to here and going back down the other side, it will have gotten a wider point so it can really grip the stone. But what you do need to do is have a little check, see how you're going. Yep, this is working, so you can sort of see if this isn't opened out enough. So it might be that when you're weaving this, you've got it kind of like this, which is quite narrow.
Yeah.
And when you go to put your stone against it, it's not going to,
It's not going to hold it.
So what you would then do is, if you notice that, scoot the weave right down because it can kind of open out, and then just gently widen out those wires, and then pick the weave back up. But you do need to continuously check. Right. Because if it's not going to fit, then there's no point doing all of that if it's not actually going to work. All right, so if I just quickly...
While you catch up on your weaving, Laura, I'm going to bring you these other cabochons that we've got, by the way, that you could use in exactly the same way. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen soda-like cabochons before. They are beautiful. It was you, Helena, wasn't it, that the other week I was like, they've always reminded me of something and I don't know what it is. And it was Helena that said fine china. It is, isn't it? Like your teacup, your cup and saucer that your nan used to have. They are beautiful, they really are. So you've got your sodalite and you've got your rose quartz. I don't know where I've got all this glitter from. What was the Debbie Bulford doing before we came in here? There's a lot of glitter I'm picking up from somewhere. You've got your gorgeous sodalite and your rose quartz there as well. They are really, really beautiful, aren't they? 16 by 22 millimeters in your pairs and your overs there. So you could incorporate these into exactly the same designs, but you've got that option there of your cabochons, and I think they are exactly the same size as well, to the millimetre. They are gorgeous. I love. Have you ever seen sodalite cabochons?
Not very often at all. I can't remember the last time I did see one. I may have seen the odd one every now and again, but certainly, and again, not this uniform.
They're gorgeous.
In shape and size.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Perfect size for a statement ring, I think. I love the sodalite. So you've got the oval sodalite and you've got the pear-shaped rose quartz there as well. The rose quartz alongside the amethyst looks gorgeous as well. They're beautiful. 0800 644 655 ZGDC 93 is your code. Should be £29.90. How much do you think, Laura, just out of interest, what kind of price tag do you think you'd pop on one of these rings?
You have to take into consideration your time that you're doing. So I think in plate, I would have to say probably about £20 as a start, really. Maybe 18 if there's not too much weaving going into it. You know, I could probably do these in about half hour, 40 minutes. So but then I'm quite used to doing this. So I probably would say about £20. I think, you know, it's decorative ring that you've put a lot of thought into, and it's recognised gemstones. People know what rose quartz are, they know amethyst, they know that. So
we've just gone down tonight. When did that happen? 1995. That means you got your money back on one of these. Brilliant. And how about the solid sterling silver wire that we've got coming up then, Laura? What did you have to up that price?
Oh, definitely. I think you'd be looking at probably about £40, if not more, 45 for just one quite relatively simple.
Definitely.
You know, those earrings, you've got 2 gemstones in, so something like that you would probably charge about 25 for, just for the 2. Because again, the work on it is a little bit more simple than the work on, say, the stones, the rings. Sorry.
Love those. Any of these gemstones are going to work in these designs, aren't they? 0800 644 655 ZGG C93. If you've got these in your basket, get checking out. £19.95. That's like less than £4 each. Yeah. I'm trying to do the maths there. Yeah, less than £4 each. That's incredible. And a minimum of £20. £20 silver plate, maybe depending on where you're selling. If you've got the solid sterling silver wire that we've got coming up later on, oh my, solid stuff. We've got 7 metres of solid sterling silver wire in that kit. I am so excited. Said GGC93. If you've got those in your baskets, please make sure you're checking out. That's an absolute steal of a deal you've got there. They are fab.
They're lovely, aren't they? And they're brilliant if you've already got lots of wire and you don't need any more wire. Yeah. You've just got the gemstones, haven't you? And
I love those sodalites.
It's hard, especially, it gives you a good opportunity to make the earrings. I think that's what I love about it. Because you can't always, like you say, when we do the bundles, you don't have guarantee that it's going to be the same shapes or same sizes.
But you are.
But you are with these.
Yeah. They're fab.
Right, so I've just been doing this weaving here. Okay. And what I've done now, if I can show you, is I'm just kind of folding. So that centre wire, because I've woven it, it's got a bit of strength to it, so I'm folding, just pushing those 2 outer wires just so that it sort of goes a triangle shape. And then again, I'm going to stop, pop my stone in, see how it's fitting. So you see how that's kind of really sitting nicely in there now. See that like that. Okay, and then what I can do now is sort of start to mould it around that sort of point. So again, I can see. So can you see there how it's suddenly taking shape? All right. This is quite repetitive. You know, you do this all the way along. So, well, just imagine that I've, say, woven all the way down there. And then obviously what we need to do is mirror that with these 3 wires here. So what I actually did was I held the stone in. This is one that you're going to have to get the idea. So I can take that stone out now, but the shape is pretty set. Yeah. So I know I'll be able to actually just kind of pop that stone back in there and it will be fine. Now when you've gotten to a point here, what I do with the outer wire, the one furthest away that's around the back of the stone, is just bring that down. And this is because this is 0.8. Okay. So it's going to be nice and easy to sort of manipulate. Just feed it around that ring shank and just lock it. So for now we're just going to lock it and look at it. Now when I do anything like this, what I do is I look at it and I think, right, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to need that wire. Okay. I've got quite a lot of wire here. Yeah. I may use it a little bit more if I want to, but if I don't want to, I know I can just cut it. Yeah. So sometimes it's quite nice to just leave your wires and not cut the wire, unless they're really short, in which case you know they're going to just be cut, so just cut them. And then I'm going to take the centre wire, which is the 1 mil, and again I'm just going to lock that around as well. Now you can use your pliers to make sure you get a nice sort of tidy wrap. See how that can then nicely sit just in there, and again take your pliers and just so it sits. So I hold that there, you can see. So that's actually sitting nicely. It looks nice. I haven't cut those wires yet. I know I'm actually going to cut those wires. Yeah. But I just, you know, if you're doing this or you want to put a bit of a different twist on it and you think, I don't know what I'm going to do, leave them. But for me, because I've already gone through that process of thinking, I am going to cut them. Now, there's 2 ways of cutting a wire on a ring shank. You can cut it simply here, like you would on a sort of simpler ring, and have it so, and just round off that edge. Or if you've got flush cutters, the thing that you can do with the flush cutters is it means that you can cut your wires on the inside of the ring.
Right.
But because it cuts it at a flush at a point,
Yeah.
sort of like a slope as such, that sharp edge just goes straight into the edge of the ring, and there are no sharp edges.
Ah.
So it gives you a nice, smooth, consistent finish from the front. All the ends are on the inside, but they're not sharp.
Right.
All of those rings have been finished that way. And, you know, I always double check them, I really scrunch them and make sure that you can't feel those sharp edges. And the more you wear them, you know, the more you work, see how it looks nice from the back, from the front it looks like, and then on the inside you can see it there on that.
I'm just going to turn that around that way actually, because you can see the wire just there, the angle.
But you run your finger across it and you really, you can't feel that edge.
You can't feel it at all.
You can't.
Can you?
And the more you wear it, the more smoother it becomes. I mean, it's not that it's sharp anyway, but you just, it just sort of make sure. So, you know, it's two different ways to finish it. For me, I like to finish it like that. So I think it looks nicer from the outside.
Yeah, definitely.
Personally.
Definitely.
If you don't feel confident enough to do that, or you haven't got flush cutters, then it's totally fine. And I will show you on this side just how you can cut it. On this side, if you didn't feel confident, as I said, to do it like that, what you can do is, if I cut one that way and then I'll cut the other one the other way. So what I'm going to do is I'm holding it in here. Now I know that my ring shank isn't that wide, so I know I'm not going to need it a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut it. This is just, you get used to sort of gauging it. So I'm cutting it, and you can see I'm making sure that it's going to cut the way that I know that my flush cutters are going to cut that at the angle now. You can just about see that there. And then I'm going to take my pliers and just gently push that nice and flat against that. Now I would check, I would make sure it's not too close to the edge there. If it was, I would probably go back in, it's actually probably about right.
Yeah.
But should it not be right, I could always now even go in with my flush cutters again. I appreciate it's tricky to see with my hand in the way, but you could move that wire slightly to the out a bit, and you could go in and just lightly, very carefully, and this might be a job for the zero-on kind of cutters because they're even finer than these ones, but you could go in and just trim that a little bit more. All right, I'm not doing a very good job of it because I'm trying to show you backwards, but it does work perfectly fine like that. Okay, and again, even that, there's no sharp edges. But from this side, if you, as I said, if you don't want to do it like that, you don't feel confident enough to do it like that, just take your wire, make sure it's nice and close to the edge here, and I'm just going to take my flush cutters and get it right up as close as I can and just cut it. Okay, so it's nice and flush with the edge there. Take my any kind of pliers, and just gently, basically like crimp and rock it, just to make sure there's no sharp edge. So if I put that like that and just scoot them together, if I show you there, you'll see that although that edge is there, it's very hard to sort of see it. And from looking at it like that, it looks just like a nice finish. Okay, so those are your two options how to finish those wires, and you would apply that technique to any of the wires as you need to finish them. They're all done in that same way. So again, you need to pop your stone in. I've got a rose quartz one here, so I just thought I'd see how it looks, which is something a little bit different, isn't it? So now what you can see is, right, okay, my wire's still attached. I've got one wire left, and then I've got these 3 wires here. Now what I want to do is mirror with these 3 and kind of come around the bottom to hold the bottom part of the stone in as well.
Okay.
But obviously I've still got this guy here. What I would be doing with this is I would just, if there was a little bit of bare wire, just hand coil it. So I can't see the direction it was going in. So we're just, by hand coiling, I mean literally just doing this. Getting that nice little coil, little section, scrunch it up. Okay, and then pop your stone back in. And then you would then think, right, okay, and then you would mirror this and do a little woven section, and then again start to mould it around. As it starts to open out, then you'll be able to actually catch the stone with it and continue your weaving.
Yeah.
When you get to this side, you do exactly the same. So you would use Let's get rid of this one because I'm not going to be doing it. There you go, out of the way. Again, so I've got it placed there. This, say, is woven. And then you would just, exactly the same on this side. Catch it nice and finish the wire at a time. And again with that one. Making sure you're really catching that stone as you go. And then all you do with those two excess wires, these ones here, oop, that's gone to the side, is you just kind of swirl them around. So because the stone's not secured, it's a bit tricky to show you. But so then what I would do with this one is I literally just with my fingers created, because it's 0.8 again, so it's malleable. A little bit of a swirl. Now that wire's coming down in this direction, and if you look at the ring, you should see exactly where I'm at on the side. See that bit there? See how it's coming down? Yeah. And so it's just then going to sort of sit around that woven section, and then it just sort of comes around and gets wrapped up on this side, and then you mirror the same with that one on that side, and bring that over to that side. And that's literally
quite easy, isn't it? But very time consuming.
It can be time consuming, especially because we're using that 0.25 wire. So that 0.25 takes the time up because it takes longer to build than your 0.4. Yeah. You could use your 0.4 on your 1 mil, but you wouldn't get such a. To me, it looks quite nice and soft and
neater. Doesn't it?
Whereas it can look a bit chunky with the 0.4. So and it feels nice and comfortable as well. But that's basically that ring.
But it is time consuming. But you can see the work that's gone into it as well.
And it's quite actually really quite chuffed with how that one sort of turned out. Again, it's one where you've got 3 wires. You need those to actually encase the stone, but just using those bare wires as decoration as well, I just think it gives it a little bit something different. And that's it. That's that ring, really.
Fab! I love that. I'm glad because I was doing some wire work. I'm practicing with my wire work.
Oh,
and I was struggling. I have to admit, the wire just didn't want to stay still. That I was holding. It takes practice, doesn't it? Yeah. We've had lots of texts for the Bee Dreamer brand new toy. I love it. Brand new. And you've got your different attachments here for this as well. You've been having a play with this, haven't you, Laura?
I have. Yeah, it's great. I was saying to Helena, you kind of need like a little your leather ring case would be fine, but you need something to put these in. If you're anything like me, you'll lose them.
So actually, the case from the ring mantle would be pretty perfect.
Would, yeah, definitely. And the other thing I'd say is that these aren't marked as to what size, which you'll talk about in a minute. But I would just get a marker pen and mark them.
Brilliant. So the tips are separate, by the way. You do get 2 of your what do you call them?
They're kind of just like reamers, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess so.
They're kind of. Ooh. Sorry.
You just pressed the button.
It's a bit sensitive. It does come with instructions on the back of the box as well, so it does tell you exactly how to use it.
Yeah, I'm going to turn that around actually so you can see. It looks really easy.
Yeah.
Really? I know, really, really easy to use. And I would imagine actually for those of you that do suffer with any dexterity problems that this is an absolute heaven sent tool, isn't it? It really is. 0800 644 Oh dear, I am sorry. It's going to be off for a few days. I'm a bit rusty. Oh dear. JUBN16 is your code. It's been a long time coming, this one, hasn't it? It really, really has. For those of you that have been waiting for a while, now is your opportunity. It's brand new. You are coming thick and fast on the telephone lines and on the web. There's loads and loads of you there. The attachments will be separate for this one as well. And it does... Oh my God. Oh, I'm blaming Laura for this.
I haven't done anything.
Do you know what, actually, you're going to give us a demonstration, aren't you? Maybe I should let you do that.
Well, I'm actually, I mean, I'm not going to use it to actually show how you can change the drill hole, because that needs to be done with water. It does explain that on the back. If you're going to be using pearls or anything like that, you know, it advises that, you know, you use it in some water, just because it stops the stone from shattering. Okay, so I'm just going to see if I can change this now. Oh, sorry. All right. I feel pressure now. You're watching. No, it's gone quiet. I assume that works like that.
Oh, we've had a text. Oh dear. Alison from Hampshire. Oh no, is it not working? Oh. She says, oh no, I got one of these from another shopping channel. How much? £36.
Wow.
Here we go. Oh no, I got one of these from another shopping TV show with some tips for £36. Wow. It's not even arrived yet. Oh no. Oh, Alison in Hampshire, did you get a 30-day money-back guarantee with it? Maybe you can send it back. Coming for this one today. £9.95. Do you know what? I hadn't even noticed the price tag. Laura's making me laugh too much.
Can you pass me my earrings, please?
I can indeed. There you go.
Okay, so I'm using one of the additional sort of the actual wire rounder parts.
Okay.
And I know that you'll do this properly in a minute, but there's different sizes on them, so for different gauges of wire. So I've actually chosen the one for point. It's an American sizing,
right?
So it has got the conversions there.
Yeah.
But it will say. So where's the? I might have thrown it away, the packaging. But so for instance there, so you've got the 20 gauge, and the 20 gauge is 0.8 wire, okay?
Right.
I always remember 20 gauge as being 0.8, that's like my default, so I think 20 gauge is 0.8, and then the lower the number, so 16, 18, 16, it's going down to 1 mil, 1.25. Right. So the lower the number, the higher the gauge.
Oh, okay.
And then obviously reverse. So I've actually got the 0.8 one fitted in here, and this is what I was saying about. There's no marking on it to say what.
Once you've taken it out.
Once you've taken it out, so I would get maybe a little marker pen and maybe just put a dot on, or you know, write on there what it is, or you know, so just as a little tip. Okay. So you literally just going to put the end of the wire in and just don't start giggling. I'm not very good.
It reminds me of the dentist. I don't like it.
So it should just take any sharp edges off. And then it's really tricky because you can't. I'll see if you can show it, because it is actually really, and this would be brilliant on your sterling silver wire.
Oh, doesn't it remind you of the dentist? Scrape and polish, anyone?
I'm shaking now. You can be shake. I'm just rounding that edge. So can you see? I'm just using my.
Yeah.
It does make me think of dentist now. Thanks. So the reason I said to be really brilliant with sterling silver is because sometimes when you're using plated, obviously you can sometimes take a bit of the plate off, which is inevitable whether you file it or anything. But obviously with sterling silver, it's going to come for just pure silver. So I don't know if you can get a close up of that. I don't know if you can see the difference. You can certainly feel the difference.
I can see it from here, just about.
Can you see the difference? I don't know if you can really, but you can certainly feel the difference.
Yeah.
When you're actually feeling that. That one's really quite sharp, whereas this one feels nice, and it really does feel nice and smooth. Yeah. So if that's actually, you can kind of see it there,
I can see it from here just because I can see the copper from within. As you say, it's taken the silver plating off the end. And
but then when you cut the wire, you see the copper anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you can, I don't know if you can certainly feel the difference. That feels so much smoother. For that to go through your ear, it's going to be lovely and comfortable. Yeah. Whereas with that, it's tricky to see because obviously it is a point. I'll just try it one more time because that does look quite square. Yeah. Whereas that looks a bit more rounded. Can you see?
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. You can see. Yeah, there you go. So the one in front is the square one, and this one. Yeah. That one there is the rounded one. You need to see it and feel it really to use it because it's not one that is easy to show, but it's super easy to use. Yeah. And it's sorry. You've got all your different wire gauges in there, which you know enables you to do a lot more.
That's fab. And again, it's that little bit of finishing touch, isn't it? That professional finish to all of your pieces as well. Half of the stock has gone already. There are absolutely tons and tons of you on the phone lines and on the web for this today. New tool, excited. Should be working. I won't read out your name then, just in case. Anonymous. So this is the thing you can never switch off. I've had messages in before where people are watching on the web and they've got a couple of tabs open and then they just click back, or have the headphones on, listen to us, pretend that they're working at the same time. It's the best way to do it. $9.95, incredible deal there. Get this home. Do remember you do have a 30-day money back guarantee. You will need to get your batteries for this as well because batteries are not included. Okie cokies. So let's bring you the tips. And you've got your 3 different gauges there. You have your, so the 20 gauge there, so that's your American size, which is your 0.8. You can see there 0.81 millimetres, it says just underneath. So the conversion is on the packaging for you, but as Laura said, if you can get yourself a little marker pen or something to write on there, if not, maybe use write on a sticker. And maybe then wrap that around. Just
something. Or even if you just put like a little code on there, like 1 dot for your 0.8 and or whatever.
I suppose as well, once you've used them a couple of times, you'll get to know, like with your wires, you can see your wire up and you know which gauge you're using. So you've got your 0.8 there, you've got your 1.6 to 2.1 millimetre and your 1 millimetre to 1.3 millimetres, that is there. So you've got your American sizes on there as well. You're going to get all 3 of those. So for those of you doing your wire work, it is an absolute essential, isn't it, for that finishing touch with your pieces. So if you came in for the bead reamer, get these as well. Add that to your order. You've only got 1 P&P, £2.95, that is standard here in the UK. And that P&P is going to stay the same no matter how many pieces you come in for today, no matter how many times you're shopping, how many times you're filling up your basket. You've got 1 P&P from midnight last night until midnight tonight. Should be at £17.85 for these. You're going to get all 3. 0800 644 655. Loads and loads of you in on the web already. TCGC47 is your code. £12.95. Do you love getting a new tool?
Yeah, Pip said to me, have you got this tool? I was like, no. And, you know, I've got the little wooden one, but not this. This is great.
This is like the next level, isn't it?
It is. It's awesome. And I was thinking when it was the $17.95, that was still cheaper with the tool than the one that the lady texted in with saying $36.99, and they've dropped it again, even cheaper again.
Yeah.
Like even combined as a bundle, it's still cheaper. Much cheaper.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's just great.
Get this home and have a go. I love it when you get anything new and you're waiting for it to arrive in the post. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee as well with this. So when you get this home, oh, by the way, it doesn't start from today, that 30 days. It starts from the day that you get this delivered to your door. You've then got 30 days to think about it. I think it's going to be one of those things that you wish you had a very long time ago to help you out.
Definitely it's and again, like you say, it's just going to make your life easier if you like to make your own earring findings, if you like to make your own clasps, even because it goes up to that thicker gauge, that like the 1.25 to 16/18 gauge. That if you make your own you know, clasp that you make out of a single piece of wire, a lot of the time I will do a little tiny loop at the bottom of the wire. Can I just explain quickly?
Yeah, of course.
So if I find my round nose pliers, so if I was, this is 0.8, but if I was using a thicker gauge, what I would do is I would do a little round loop here, and I do this on all of them. And then I would form my hook. So I would just use my pliers, just form it around, and then I would do a little clasp. So you've got a simple clasp.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the reason I do this loop here is because I know there's no sharp edges. All right, but that also means then that the corresponding clasp part of the clasp has to be able to take the loop. Yeah. So with this now, it means that you actually can eliminate having to have that loop, have it just like that, and then use your reamer on it, or you know, the sort of the rounder, and you know that that's not going to be sharp or digging into the skin in any way. And it means then that you haven't got to make such a larger catch. You can go on chain. It's got a lot more scope to it, and so it's going to give you a little bit more options with that as well.
Yeah. That's brilliant, isn't it? Fab tool to have. And do you know what? They've nearly sold out. I've got so many of you with these in baskets. Really sorry that you're not all going to do it. I hope most of you have done it. They've got the other one as well. It's a corner. Brilliant. That is just fab, isn't it? Okay. What are you doing, Laura? Do you have anything else to show us? Or?
Well, if I don't mind, I can show something else if you want, or I can be done.
What would you like, Helena?
It's up to you.
Right, do you know what? We've got 5 more minutes. If you don't mind.
Do you want me to sort of just touch on the earrings?
That'd be great, yeah.
I won't go over the netting of it, but I'll just go by how we created the frame and the base for the stone to sit on, okay? So again, I used my 0.8 for this because I knew I wanted to make it an all-in-one frame and be continuous.
Okay.
So if I'd used a 1 mil, then that's going to be too thick to go through here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what I could do is hammer this, and that's going to give it a little bit more strength, but it's actually quite strong anyway.
Right, yeah.
All right. So what I show you the back of the earring, you can see the frame's just created like this. So what I do is I just take some wire. Now when you're doing earrings, it's always best to do your 2 sort of initial. I'm a good old mess here, aren't I? So take into consideration, so looking at your stones, all right, I've got some rose quartz and I've got some amethyst here, just because I've got a selection. So look at them, first of all, make sure you've got a nice matching pair, but second of all, look at the depth of your stones. So if I look at these, I can see that this stone here is quite a lot deeper than this stone here, all right? And that's going to make an effect when you're doing your earrings. It's going to make it look a little bit off. It's not too important if that's the best match that you've got, but look and think, well, actually, would that be a better one to go for, or actually would that be the better one? You might find actually, even though it's slightly larger, being in different ears, it's not going to be enough to make a difference. But little things like this when you're doing them, just, you know, to make sure. So once you've done that and you've decided what you're going to go for, you take your wire. See, I'm a nightmare. If I'm using my sterling silver, I do measure, but if I'm not, I'm a bit like, I'll just cut the wire and see what happens. Which should really not be like that, but I guess I see so much of it. Kind of just go, but you can see how much I've done, and this wire is still going.
Wow.
So what I'm going to do is actually take 2 pieces of wire and cut them both at the same time. So I know that my wires are the same length now. I'm then going to take my ring mandrel. And what I want to do is leave probably about 1 inch on one side. And now, because I know these aren't the biggest of stones, I'm going to go right up to the smallest part of my ring mandrel and just sort of get that shape. Okay, so
again, this is where the ring mandrel is really useful, isn't it? Really useful, not just for your rings. It might still be some available actually on the web if you have a little look at JewelleryMaker.com.
So you can see that I haven't done anything. I've literally wires are just crossed, but that I know is going to be too big just by looking at it. So I'm going to just place it down onto the board, and you'll see that I can see. Yeah, that's too big. It's only slightly, to be fair. It's sitting on the sort of almost around the stone, and I want it to sit just slightly on the inside of the stone. So what I'm going to do is, and this is why I turn your stone over and measure it, and it is quite important. I'm just going to just gently tweak it, just to get it to be still maintaining that shape, popping it back. Now that now is a perfect sitting just on the inside of that stone, not too inside, so you haven't got to do too many layers of netting before you actually get to the stone. So it's just a perfect size. Now what you could do is take it off now and hammer that. You hammer that, it will maintain its shape a little bit stronger. Because it is obviously a 0.8. However, it's not essential. All right, it's just little habits. If you've got it and you can get into it, then you know, go for it. Now what I'm going to do is just trim the wire slightly, so it's probably about 1 centimetre, the shorter end. And then take my round nose pliers and just gently loop. Now, this is probably going to be a little bit too big because I did this with the amethyst and they were quite opaque. What I found, so if I just literally have just done that into a little loop, like that. Now that loop's going to be too big. The reason is if I find one of the opaque ones, you should be able to see it quite clearly. Oh, I can't get. See how it's magnifying that loop? And I don't want that. So what I need to do is get rid of that. So I can take that, just trim that, just going in again and just trimming it a little bit more. So it's not like a little curl. So now if I did have the tool, but I didn't think of that, I could actually just round that and that would be absolutely fine. But I am a bit of a, I do like them to be nice and closed so there's no risk of it catching. So now that that's a bit of a smaller loop, again, putting your stone there, if I show it again, it's still going to be apparent, but it's a lot less apparent. Now don't forget, we're going to be netting around this part of the stone, so the odds are that's going to disappear. All right, so now what I want to do is, I won't do all of the netting, but I'll just show you. I'm going to get my 0.4 wire. So much
There
it is. And then cut. Now you do need to cut this wire from the reel.
Right.
And probably about 1 metre-ish. It's probably a little bit too much. What I normally find is I overestimate it, but I normally have enough to do both my earrings in my overestimation.
Ah, right, okay.
Now what I would do before I did this is I would mirror this bit, so I would have both my frames ready, and I know then that they're going to be the same.
Yeah.
Then you just simply join your wire onto, so my loop section's here, and so what I'm going to do is just wrap, get a little tail, so wrap it 1, 2, 3 times just on that bit there. Bring that back to shape, check it as well, because you'd be surprised at how much that little bit of movement can change the shape of it. So obviously just quick check, yes, it still fits, brilliant. And then take that wire and just link it to this bit, and what you're doing is now securing the frame together, and then I'm ready to net. Okay, and the netting, I'll just show you very briefly. If you do macrame, it's technically a half hitch stitch. So you just bring the wire through, and it's staying in front of this wire here. So it's actually in front of that wire. And you just guide it with your hand, and it just naturally loops like that. You just go around again. And what I do is count how many loops I do on the first one, and then I can mirror that again in the second one. So it's little tiny things like that to get that consistency. So again, just guiding that and just gently using my, I just tend to use my fingers to make sure they're a bit more consistent. The other thing you can do is pop your round those pliers in, and it will, oops, because you are working quite a small area, so this is it's a little bit trickier. What you can do there is that naturally stops, and then you'll get consistency. But because I do this quite often, mine, even that one that I've used a plier for, is quite consistent with the ones I haven't. So you get used to it. Check your tension. Now, this is something I've learned from teaching this technique, is that a lot of people will do this. So they'll be quite bunched up, if I can show it like that. And then they'll fill the whole of that section with these loops. But then I come along and go, yeah, but if you stretch them out like this, and all of a sudden you've got too much loops that you then have to unpick. So just make sure as you do your couple, just pull them to make sure that, they're nice and snug to that frame there. And then loop, push it out, and go all the way around. Place your stone in, and then repeat on these loops, okay? With your wire here, once you've done that, just literally use your pliers to get that to go into a nice straight line. If it's gone a little bit out of shape, just use pliers, straighteners. We haven't got any here. Nylon jaw pliers. I always call them my straighteners. For wire straighteners, that's what I use them for. And then once you've done that, because obviously your stone will be set in there, so it'll be more finished, take any kind of bell making pliers, and I obviously have about every single pair you have. I've become a bit of a tool addict. I'm a bit worried. So I give it a bit of about 1 centimetre of a gap, just because I wanted it to just be a bit more noticeable and have a bit of a drop. And just fold that over, and then just gently you can kind of get it, and then you can just trim that wire there, and then you would repeat on the other side, and then that's it. And then you could lightly hammer that, as I said. Use your tool to just finish off the edge, and that's your earrings.
Again, really simple.
Really simple.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much, Laura, for that demonstration. We've got another one coming up for you very, very shortly, with loads of solid sterling silver wire. 7 metres in a kit. It's going to be fabulous. Got Hannah's happy hour coming up for you. What else have we got coming up? Loads. Get the look. Do you want the look? You can get the look. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page, where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
This family-run business effectively created a brand new washing machine every 1 to 2 weeks. And what happens is they take a steel and they push that steel 10 meters down into the soil. And at the end of the pole, you can see the father there, at the end of the pole he's got the hose, and the hose is circulating the soil within the drum that they've created. And over a week or so, that's going to be pushing all the soil through the net in the vain hope of finding a few pieces of beautiful amber.
We here at JewelleryMaker know how popular our 10-strand mystery packs have been, so we're bringing them back. You can get your hands on these completely random lucky dips for just £25. This works out to just £2.50 per strand, but be warned, it's while stocks last. Add this to your order and you won't be disappointed. Just ask for this code whilst on the phone to our call centre on 0800 644 655, or simply type the code into our website and add to your basket. JewelleryMaker, giving you the best deals on genuine gemstones. Come and join guest designer Louise Jacobson on our Wirework Rings course. Louise will guide you through how to design a combination of ring styles and shapes. You will learn a variety of techniques, including how to use a ring mandrel, how to design bands and shanks, and how to attach gemstones. The full course includes a selection of colours and gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, and a visit to our museum. All of this for $69.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Download the JewelleryMaker app today. You can watch our JewelleryMaker shows live, view all the details of the item that is currently on air, as well as browsing all the items from today's show. You can also minimise the video or switch to use as a companion app. Get the JewelleryMaker app today and boost your viewing experience.
Welcome back to today's Designer Inspiration Show. If you've got the tool in your basket, you need to check it out. There's so many of you with those in baskets. We've got about 30 left. 30 left, and a lot of those in baskets. If you do want it, you're going to have to check out because you might miss out. Solid sterling silver kit coming up for you very, very soon. Gorgeous wire there. Get the look. What's on trend right now? Oh, you've got it right now. Statement looks big, bold, beautiful, gorgeous colours. Talking of big and bold, have a look at these. Oh my gosh, this is very, very much the look at the moment. This is so fabulous. Look at the size of these. I am loving that colour. Fuchsia crackled agate slabs you've got there, 45 by 55 millimeters in size, 5 pieces in each strand. I love the way that these are edged as well. They are stunning. Just one of those long drop in a pendant is going to look fabulous against a block colour, isn't it? Or just one of those on the wrist in a cuff, that's going to look fab as well, isn't it? Look at that. I love them. They're so sizable. Real statement jewellery. If I hold that, you can really see that crackled effect within that gemstone. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Really, and they're very durable. Really, really beautiful. I'm loving that gold edging. They'd look fab with your gold wire. You could wire wrap these as well. That'd look gorgeous, wouldn't it, with your gold wire? Or you could just simply pop that on a long chain, pop your head pin through there, simple finding, and you are good to go. You've got your spacer beads on these as well. I like those, they're gorge. 0800 644 655 MPGP 54 is your code for these. Lowest ever price point for this one. Yikes. Should be $21.95. Do you know what, at that price tag, I think you got your money back already on one of those. But we're going even lower for you. 0800 644 655, £14.95. Look at that Leicester as well. They are huge. Real pop of colour. If you want to put them with any of the gemstones, they look incredible, wouldn't they? You know, a real fresh peridot green would look gorgeous. Would you put these with any of the gemstones, Laura?
I don't know if I would. They've got lovely little sort of gold spaces.
Yeah.
So I think if I was going to sort of restrand them, I would probably keep those gold spaces in the middle.
Yeah.
It would go beautiful with that thicker gold aluminium chain that you had on earlier. That's the kind of statement piece that I was saying. You would have, imagine if you had 3 of those in the middle, just literally like that, and then that chain either side.
Can we give Laura another challenge? I want that look. We're at £14.95. Valerie in Nottinghamshire, you've got 2 of these. Well done. Celine in Tyne and Weir. Well done. Carney, Devon, Caroline in Lancashire. Eileen in Derbyshire. Congratulations to you. You've got yours. Natalie and Sarah Veronica in Cornwall. Oh, Cornwall. I'd love to be by the seaside today. Wouldn't you, in this heat? How lovely. Leslie Ann in Munda, well done. Belvinda, you're there. Lindsay in Greater Manchester, you've just joined me as well. Pam in Shropshire, you're on the web this afternoon as well. Congratulations to you. Keep adding to your order. Doesn't matter how many pieces you order in any one day. You've got one P&P. That's what I love about this place. I love it, I tell you. Tony in Essex, congratulations. You've got yours on the phone lines. Lots of you on the phone lines today, actually. It's very, very busy this afternoon. So many deals for you. Right now, get the look. Get the look. On trend. I noticed that yesterday when I went shopping, I went into the Bull Ring in Birmingham yesterday. It's been a while since I've been there. And you know what? I went on my own and I absolutely loved it. You know, no children pulling at your legs.
I love that.
Can we go now? Can we go
Can I have this? I want this. I need it.
Yeah. Can we go now?
No.
We nearly there yet. We go now. I loved it. I was just like walking on my own. Do you know I went to that shop, didn't I? Do you remember that chocolate shop I was telling you all about? The hotel that sells chocolate, the best white chocolate in the world. I went in and bought myself a box of chocolates. I know, thought I'd treat myself. Okay. Which one's so lovely? Oh, those ones over there. Oh, these are gorgeous. Oh my gosh. These look round. And they are white. Do you know what? I'm going to hold these up straight away just because I'm wearing black today. Classic. Genuine pearls. These are gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Completely natural. And they are white. 5 to 6 millimetres in size. They're not 5 by 6, they're 5 to 6 millimetres. You could have some in here that are 5 millimetres, some that are 6 millimetres. Round! Oh my gosh. Every girl's dream, we were talking about this the other day, over the weekend. I think every girl's dream, solitaire diamond, strand of pearls. And I bet you didn't think it could be so affordable. They are gorgeous, timeless classic. It doesn't matter what your age, you can pull these off to an absolute T, whether it be a daytime look, whether it be a nighttime look. They are gorgeous and they are genuine. Now, have a look, next time you go shopping, have a look, just in high street jewellers, boutique jewellers, wherever you are, at price tags that genuine pearls can command. We did a little survey not so long ago, and just asked our viewers to text in the kind of price tags if they knew, or what they thought the kind of price tags would be for a strand of pearls. And we had anything from the lowest figure that was selling was £400, and the highest figure was £2,500 from somebody that lived in London, and they said they thought they were being quite conservative with £2,500. I've seen, and I think it was myself at New Helena not so long ago that did, I can't remember now, a little research on the internet. Pearl necklace, the lowest price that we found was £800, the highest price was £18,500 for a pearl necklace. Unbelievable. Obviously, there's many different pearls. Like there's Tahitian, there's South Sea pearls. They can command more than your white culture pearls. But just for white culture pearls, a strand as perfect as this, we'd be looking at 3 figures, surely, wouldn't we? Anywhere else? Wow. Should be £17.95, but we are not staying there. We're going even lower. Wow. We are £14.95 with a 30-day money-back guarantee. That is ridiculous, isn't it? If you simply restranded this and added a solid sterling silver clasp, how much do you think you could sell this on for? I'd go with 3 figures. easily. We had a valuation in not so long ago off one of our customers. She paid $19.95 for the strand, did exactly what I just said, restranded, solid sterling silver clasp, had it valued at £495. Please do go and get your pieces valued as well, because it's lovely to know, and it's great for our other customers to know, your jewellery maker friends to know exactly you know, what kind of price tags they can fetch, because I think we forget, you know, we're getting such great deals here, we forget that actually you're looking at a strand of genuine, natural, white pearls. If we were on Bond Street in London, we could be looking at high 3 figures, maybe even 4 figures in a designer boutique for something like this. You're looking at just £14.95 today with a 30-day money-back guarantee. That is incredible. I'd be multi-buying. Louise in Hampshire, well done. Doreen in the West Midlands. Tracy in Lanarkshire. Joyce, you've got yours in Somerset, well done. Celine in Tyne-Wear. Diane in Staffordshire, you've just joined me. Liz B in Hampshire, you've just joined me as well. Edwina in Gwynedd, well done to you. You're on the web there. Beverly in Suffolk. Pam in Shropshire. Just make sure you are checking out. They are gorgeous. They are so pretty. Oh my gosh. Look at these. Oh, do you know these make fab rings? These are gorgeous. Little bit of the wire work that our Laura's just done. Can you imagine that with one of these? Oh, they are stunning. Earrings. So much of the work has already been done for you here. They've been faceted to perfection. They're gorgeous. 50 carats of your pink amethyst, your graduated stars, 9 to 11 millimeters in size. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 individual stars on this strand. They are so pretty. I am loving them. So that could make quite a few pairs of earrings, pendants, or just simply charms. You know, if you wanted to pop one of these, maybe Tanzanite. Maybe you've got a Tanzanite strand that you'd want to put one of these into. Or the pearls that we've just had. You could pop one of these onto the pearl strand there, just as a little charm. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Really delicate and feminine. YRZC14 is your code for these. Stars and hearts, really, really popular right now. In all of your accessories, your ladies' clothing, your jewellery, they are everywhere if you go and have a look when you're going shopping. Mark Smith, last time I was with Mark Smith, he said to me they just fly out. It doesn't matter what piece of jewellery he makes, if there's a star or a heart in it, they absolutely fly off the craft stall. YRZC14, £29.95. If you've got any amethyst, which you probably have, it's one of the most popular gemstones here at the Genuine Gemstone Company for all of our new bidders and all of our regular bidders. So if you've got a strand of amethyst, gorgeous deep purple ambient amethyst, that's going to look incredible, isn't it? 0800 644 655, all on the web at JewelleryMaker.com. Loads of you there this afternoon, shopping until you are dropping. What else would you do on a day like this? Do you know, I was saying, I'm not moaning about the weather in any way, shape or form. I sat in it yesterday for an hour. It was lovely. I could handle it. 30 degrees it was where I was yesterday. That was nice. You know, I was hoping for a pool, but I don't have one, so I had to get under the outside tap instead to cool down. But today, it's overcast. It's like overcast. Yeah, but that's when I don't like it, Helena. It's very close. Very muggy. But it's cloudy, so it's like, well, it's not sunbathing weather. You know, you don't want to go for a walk or do anything energetic because it's too muggy. What should we do? Sit in and watch JewelleryMaker. Keep cool. That's what I'd do. Definitely. The Star Toggle Clasps, I had these the other day. I love these. In fact, my mum made me order 2 of these for her. They are gorgeous. They're solid sterling silver, but they're really, really sizable as well. So if you get a pack of these, you're going to get 3 in a pack. So it could be a pair of earrings and a pendant if you wanted to. Or you can use them simply as they are intended, as clasps, but they are so pretty. Solid sterling silver. Look at that luster. They are fabulous, aren't they? You've got your 925, whoopsie. You've got your 925 stamp on the back there, on your star, and your T-bar there as well. With the stars that we've just had, how pretty would that look? So maybe you could have a strand of, What can I use? I'm going to go with the pearls again, why not? Strand of pearls, you could put, I'd probably do this. You could put your solid sterling silver charm in there if you wanted to. One of the amethyst stars in there, a couple of charms. Oh, I'd love that. They would look gorgeous, wouldn't they? Really, really pretty. 0800 644 655. I remember the price tag for these stars. And I was really, really shocked because you've got 3 there, because you've got an incredible weight of solid sterling silver there as well. They are so affordable and they're going to look fabulous in your designs as well. Really on trend. Get the look. You've got the look. Isn't that like someone's, I feel like I'm pinching someone's, what's it? Not logo, what's the other one? Tagline, yeah, like a slogan type thing. Get the look, got the look. I'm sorry if it's yours. But you can get the look. Norma in Hampshire, well done. Leslie Ann in Rhondda, you've got yours as well. Yeah, I was nearly there. I thought it was makeup related. It is, it's not. It's a good job, I slightly changed it there. 3 stars, they are gorgeous. Look at the price tag, £7.95 for you. Actually, Ryan, did you just remember? It was you. It wasn't Helena that remembered what that tagline was from. It was Ryan, and it's makeup. Oh, it's only just hit me. Oh no, that's that advert, isn't it? £7.95. Lisa in East Yorkshire, you're there. Claire in Cumbria. Linda in Kent, you've just joined me. Linda in Nottinghamshire, you're there as well. Congratulations to you. So that is less than £3 each. Less than £3 each for a solid sterling silver clasp, and they are really, really sizable as well, aren't they? They're so pretty. If you've got those in your baskets, just make sure you're checking them out. Gorgeous. Charms are very in at the moment, aren't they? You know, even not necessarily that that huge popular charm brand that we all know, of course. But just, you know, everywhere. They're in your costume jewellery, in your clothing, actually. I was looking at something yesterday that had charms sewn into the neckline of a top. That was quite cool, actually. But they are everywhere. Oh, do you know what? There's so many here with earrings, pendants, charm in a bracelet. 20 pieces you've got here. Wow. Lowest ever price coming your way as well. Aren't they cute? I love these. They are so pretty. Rose gold plated copper key charms you've got here. They are gorgeous, and you've got 20 pieces. So the size of these, 32 by 12 millimeters in size, so they are quite sizable. I'd love these as earrings, you know. They'd look gorgeous. In fact, mix up your precious metals. Lots of designers doing that right now. Why not have one of your rose gold keys and one of your solid sterling silver stars in together in the same pair? I'd love that look. That'd look fab, wouldn't it? 0800 644 655. 20 pieces you've got here. Oh right, Robert Palmer did a song called You've Got the Look. I can't remember that. Laura?
No, I keep thinking of You've Got the Love now in my head.
Right.
It's slightly off.
You've got the look. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Oh, that's going to annoy me now because I know the song. I do know the song and I can't think of it. Blanca Wilson, you've got yours. Leslie Ann in Rhondda, you're in. Congratulations to you. 20 pieces. These would look nice as back charms actually as well, wouldn't they? Really fab. So it doesn't just have to be jewellery, does it? £9.95. That is, oh my gosh. Look, the maths was easy then, Helena. Don't make it difficult for me. That was about 50p each. That's less than 50p each. 0800 644 655 for 20 of them. 29p each. 39p each. Thanks, Helena. 39p each. Wow, that's ridiculous. That is bonkers, isn't it? Elizabeth in West Midlands, you've got yours. They're rose gold plated, and they are 39p each. They are beautiful. They really, really are. Even if you're not necessarily, you know, a big jewellery maker, or you don't do this as a business, if you're just making gifts for friends and family, they're really cute, aren't they? I love them. Jenny in Bristol, you've just checked yours out. Well done. Sandra in Sussex, you've got yours. Lots of you on the phone lines and on the web. BEDL41 is your code for this one. That is such an incredible, incredible deal. They're both gold plated. Wow. Love them. Okay. Oh, I think I've got the gold ones coming up for you soon. Okie cokies. Let's have a little look-see. Oh. Oh, do you know what? I've got those golds coming up in the gold. One of those on this chain would look so pretty. Look at this. I love these chains. So much of the work. In fact, Laura, how long do you think it would take you to make this chain yourself?
Well, people know that I won't make it. I just won't do it because it's far too time consuming. It's repetitive, so I get bored.
Yeah.
And the wire wastage as well. You know, it's just, for me, you've got it ready made. It's fiddly.
Yeah.
I would just be buying it for that because it's just going to, the time saved. And you know, I could be spending that time making a nice pendant to go on that chain.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I just think it's great. It's already done for you.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I love that. So, you know, it's going to take you a long time to make something like this yourself. You've got the ready-made chain here and the gemstone there as well. 20 carats of your rose quartz. I'm just going to bring in one of the gold keys. How pretty would that look on there? In a bracelet, in an anklet, layered up look. In a chain as well. That's going to look beautiful. I'm going to just layer that up for you, actually. It's entirely up to you what you do here. You've got a metre. So with a metre, you can get two 16-inch necklaces if you want to, and a 7-inch bracelet or anklet, or you could get a couple of a good few 7-inch bracelets and anklets there if you wanted to. Entirely up to you what you do with this. I really love these just as they are, layered up look like this. I think they look really, really pretty. You've got 1 metre of your gold-plated 925 sterling silver chain here. Oh my gosh. That's exact. And again, think about that. If you were to come in for the solid sterling silver wire in the kit that we've got, you're going to be using a lot of that wire, aren't you, to create this look? And the time. And then you want to add 20 carats of a gemstone as well. Wow. Do you know what? Anything like, I'm trying to think. I've never seen anything like this on the high street. I really haven't. You don't tend to see looks like this, do you? But it is very boho chic, isn't it? It is very festival, that layered up look. Yesterday, everywhere I went, it was the festival look. It's the tassels, isn't it? Crop tops. Do you know when you go into a shop and you think, right, well, I'm too old for this shop now, which doesn't make me happy. Honestly, I am. There's that one. If you've ever watched the television programme, Mr. Selfridge, it's his wife's shop. You know, that shop, years ago, it was brilliant. Now I'm just like, what is that? You know, square inch of cloth that's supposed to cover you up. Too old for those shops now. And you know what, crop tops. It's obviously the look, but it was very much the festival look, you know, the crop top with the tassels on and the little, I don't even know what half of these clothes are called, like shawls and stuff like that, you know. But this, I can definitely see where we're going with the look with this one, because that would so look great with that outfit. Fabulous. 0800 644 655. Diane in Kent, Gillian in Devon, well done. Kate, you've got yours. Solid sterling. Hang on a minute. £14.95. Normally with solid sterling silver, we might take them to £19.95. We might take them to £17.95 on a good day, but £14.95. That's just naughty for solid sterling silver. And the thing is, like I said, if you were to make this, necklace with that time in there, you'd have to resell this at what? I don't know, £80 to try and...
You've got to think of, it's very expensive to buy the wire, gold plated as well. But the waste, that going back to the wastage, you know, if you're doing that kind of wrapped loop effect, you're going to have to incur wastage of your wire. You know, and it's wasted. You don't want to have to take that sort of loss, because then you've bought all this wire, but you've lost a load of it as well. Even if you're as measured as you can be. There's still lots of little pieces, you know. So, and again, it's a time consumer and uniformity as well.
Beautiful, isn't it? I love that. Anything that can make life a little bit easier, like the tool that we had earlier on. This necklace, brilliant. $14.95, incredible deal you've got there. Deborah and Marie, you both need to check out your baskets to make sure that you get this. Remember, you haven't done it until you've checked out. That's gorgeous, isn't it? A good carat weight. In fact, never mind the chain and the time and everything else. 20 carats of rose quartz you've got there at less than £1 a carat. Wow, that's fabulous. Okie dokies. Let's just pop that back over there. Is it really? Wow, that time went quickly, didn't it? Really, really quickly. It's time for some more designer inspiration. This is unreal. Now, it took me a while this morning. It usually does, to be honest. But we were talking about this kit for ages, and then it suddenly dawned on me that this was solid sterling silver wire. Oh my gosh. Right. You need to be on the phone lines early, and you need to get checking out, because these opportunities do not pass us by very often at all. Every time that I personally have had solid sterling silver wire here at JewelleryMaker, I've only had a metre. And I've been looking for this for ages, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Solid sterling silver wire. Now, you know, if you come in here at JewelleryMaker, we have the copper wire, we might have rose gold plated, we might have silver plated copper, your antique bronze, all of that. But solid sterling silver, for me, and I know, you know, I know and I understand that solid sterling silver can command bigger price tags, okay? But I am always saying that wherever you can buy solid sterling silver and work with it, please do. For me, as a lover of gemstones, it's really hard to say use anything less than solid sterling silver, because they are genuine gemstones that we're working with here. So to me, they all deserve at least solid sterling silver. But I know, you know, our budgets won't always let us do that. When I come off air today, I am getting this kit. I have been waiting so long for solid sterling silver. At home, I've got some huge labradorite cabochons, and they are so beautiful. I'm not using anything less than solid sterling silver. It's not happening. So when I finish today, I'm getting this kit. There is so much solid sterling silver wire in this kit for you to use as well. If you can multi-buy, then please, please do. You've got a metre of your 0.8mm gauge. You've got a metre of your 1mm gauge, and you've got 5 metres, sorry, of your 0.4. 5 metres of your 0.4mm, a metre of your 1mm, and a metre of your 0.8. So for any of the designs that you've seen Laura do today, this is going to be perfect, isn't it? If you want to use, if you look at those gemstones thinking, do you know what, I'd love to do that, but actually I'd love to use solid sterling silver wire. Do you know what, I have the best labradorite cabochons I think I've ever seen in this kit. We are talking some of the highest quality. These have been cut to absolute perfection, absolute precision, and look at the quality of these cabs. Oh my gosh, they are dreamy. You have a 3-carat labradorite there that is 12 by 10mm, and a 3-carat labradorite that is 14 by 10mm. So that is 6 carats of labradorite. Look at that colour. That is exactly what we should be seeing. It's a gemstone that's been voted your favourite 3 years running. It's one of those gemstones, I think, doesn't matter who you are, you love this gemstone. Who doesn't like labradorite? Who doesn't like the mystical magicalness that you get from this gemstone? It's so ethereal, isn't it? So beautiful. And for me, it would have to be solid sterling silver. And you've got your rutile quartz there as well. You've got your black rutile quartz, 16 by 22 millimeters in size. And you've got hang about. I've only got 2 here. Oh, brilliant. It's in demand. I do have 3. I do have 3 of your black rutile quartz there. Brilliant. Where? What other one? I don't see another one. 5 phenomenal cabs you are getting here, and 7 meters of solid sterling silver wire. Oh my gosh. 7 meters. It's not like I'm bringing you just a couple of meters more than what I normally would. I'm bringing you 6 more meters than I normally would. If we're just looking at a reel of solid sterling silver wire, it's quite possible it's just a meter. But you've got 7 meters in total here. If you've got some beautiful cabochons at home that you're thinking, do you know what? Oh, do you know? And this, and honestly, absolute bottom. I could bring in the bag of labradorite cabochons that I bought 2 months ago. I haven't done anything with them because I've been waiting for solid sterling silver wire. Please just leave me one. Just one. That's all I want. 2 if possible, but 1 would be great. And you know what? Loads of you multi-buying as well. Take this opportunity to get that wire into your stash. Of course, you know, we can't use it for everything, can we? We can't, because we've only got 7 meters here. But 7 meters of solid sterling silver wire at the price tag that we're going down to is a phenomenal, phenomenal deal. And that's without the labradorite cabs and without the black rutile quartz cabs that you have here. Those labradorites are fab. They are gorgeous, and I want them both. I want them all. I'm going to get some. I'm going to get some if there's any left. Sarah in the Isle of Man, you've got 2. Well done to you. Anonymous in Greater London, you've got 2. Congratulations. Eileen in Derbyshire, Shirley in West Midlands, Nikki in Kent, Iris in Essex, Adele in Devon. You've got yours. TMGC64 is your code. Wow. Wow. How many times here at Jewellery Maker have you heard a guest designer say, well, this ring, you know, if I was reselling this ring, you know, with your copper wire, you know, you'd probably be looking at £20. But if I was using solid sterling silver, I would be tripling that price tag. There or thereabouts. How many times have we heard guest designers say that? The opportunities to get solid sterling silver here, I'm sorry, but we just don't have enough. And can I just say as well, actually, that's not the price tag that was discussed. It's lower. No explanation whatsoever. Yeah, I know. And that's it. That's it. Yeah, exactly. There's loads of you. Sarah in the Isle of Man, ×4. Anonymous in Greater London, ×3. Have you been waiting for solid sterling silver wire by any chance? I think you have. I think you have. They are gorgeous. Okay, let's go and have a look. Are you ready, Laura?
I am ready,
yeah. She's ready. Brilliant. Let's go and have a little look at our Laura's fabulous work. Oh, wow. I want them all. Dibs, 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 dibs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What was that, Helena? Sorry, I didn't hear you. Didn't hear you. Sorry, didn't hear you. I think she's trying to dib something. Oh my gosh. Let me just take this one off.
I'll make you one, Helena. Oh, you can have my my demo on, Helena.
Oh, look at... Oh! Whoa! Oh my gosh. Now, have you used all of the solid sterling silver wire here?
I have. I think I may have had maybe the odd
there's
%.
A lot.
Yeah, but there's one that isn't solid sterling silver, which is not the one you're wearing, but the other one, the first one you picked up.
Sorry, say that again.
That one isn't sterling silver.
This one isn't solid sterling silver.
That one I said earlier in the first design inspiration that I used the wire to make a prototype.
Ah, okay.
So before I went and used my sterling silver, I used the silver plated wire to create that ring because that was my prototype, and it gave me an idea then of how I would create the sterling silver one, because when you're using sterling silver you are more cautious and you don't want to do something and go wrong.
No, absolutely. So with these 2 rings and
that
necklace,
pendant,
you've used your solid sterling silver wire there as well. They are fabulous. They're just stunning. It's so nice to see designs actually. I mean, because normally we're looking at a metre length of solid sterling silver wire. So I don't think as guest designers you get that much opportunity to work with solid sterling silver wire, do you?
No, I very rarely get the chance. I mean, this is my second kit where I've had solid sterling silver wire. And fair play to Pip, because he made sure that because I kept saying to him, you know, 1 metre isn't enough to do my type of work, to do that more intricate type of work. So, you know, now we've got the 5 metres, it enables you to do so much more. You know, I worked out that ring had about 2 metres of the 0.4 used in it.
Right, okay, so we're talking an incredible quality labradorite there, that's 3 carats.
Yeah.
2 metres of solid sterling silver wire.
Yep, and then obviously it did take up most of my 1 mil wire. So obviously the thicker the gauge of wire, the more expensive it is. So if you're using your 1 mil wire, it is going to be more expensive so that gets considered into the price as well. You know, you're looking at something like that, you would be looking at about £50 just for that ring. And that was just 1 ring.
I think you're being conservative.
Yeah.
I really do. I would have gone with absolute minimum of 60 for the work, the time that's gone into this, 2 metres of wire, the quality of the labradorite as well. But I'll give you 50 quid, no problem. Deal. It's a deal. TMGC 64. That is fabulous. To be honest, Laura, if you looked anywhere else in a silver boutique, I mean, you wouldn't get designs like this, would you?
No, you wouldn't get those sort of one-of-a-kind designs, and that's where you get that unique selling point. You know, your designs are one-of-a-kind. You'll see that the prototype and the silver one are both different, even though they were done on the same basis, the same sort of idea. When you actually come down to doing them, they look different. When I do the demonstration one, it will look different. The basic structure idea will be the same, but you know, your wires behave differently. It's going to be different. One thing I'll say when you're using your sterling silver wire is sometimes just like the oils in your hands, it can kind of dull it a little bit, so just give it a polish with like a cloth, or I've got a cleaner that you can get from superstores or jewellery shops. It's like £3.50. And all of these I've just quickly popped in the cleaner and then just rinsed them off in warm soap and water and dried them off, and they sparkle so much. It's amazing.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I've always been a solid sterling silver girl, me. I just love the luster that you get from this precious metal, and it is precious, so please don't forget that when it comes to pricing up your pieces as well. That is a 3 carat labradorite there with the most beautiful labradorescence. And you know, I'm going to be honest with you, that's not the price that was discussed upstairs. The price tag that I was told was higher than the price tag on your screen right now. So you really have had an incredible treat. Now, how many do we have left at this point, Helena? Okay, so we're doing all right. Okay, we're doing all right. We started off with 173. Well over half the stock has gone, but there is still a good quantity. Solid sterling silver wire. You've got 7 metres of solid sterling silver wire. That is a huge amount of solid sterling silver wire for you to be able to get in any one auction here at JewelleryMaker. It really is. You've got fabulous labradorescence from your labradorites, really high quality. We were actually discussing the quality of the labradorite upstairs actually, and just saying that actually these have been faceted, machine cut if you like, to the absolute precision. We're looking at such high quality in a cabochon there. We really are. Don't forget, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. I don't think one of you is going to be sending back your kit. Solid sterling silver wire at this price tag. You know, Laura's used 2 metres here, so she's still got 5 metres of wire left. Still got another labradorite cabochon, 3 big rutile quartz cabochons with the wire as well. Laura has got her money back and some, just with this one piece. Solid sterling silver, in my opinion, there's just no hesitation with solid sterling silver whatsoever when people are buying from your craft stall. That is an incredible deal. Margaret, Wendy, Barbara, I bet you've got yours in your basket. Fiona, you're there. Sue, Pauline, Edwina, Anonymous, Sean. There's loads of you with these in baskets, but you have to check this out. Gotta check this out. They are gorgeous. I might just hold on to that for a little while.
The other thing I was thinking this earlier on when you were showing that Tanzanite, those drops. You know, you could make both of these rings in the sterling silver.
Yeah.
Not make the pendant.
Yeah.
And with the excess wire that you've gotten from that pendant, you could make a pair of wrapped earrings. In fact, did I use a 0.8? I used most of the 0.8 in that ring, and then I had a little bit extra, so I added it into the pendant. But I could have made a pair of Tanzanite, just wrapped in a little bit of sterling silver on sterling silver handmade hooks. And I could have made that with a little bit of the excess of what I had here, and you know, again, the money that you would be able to charge for that, because it's completely solid sterling silver.
Oh, see, you've got the Tanzanite. Loads of you that have Tanzanite in your stash. You've been waiting for solid sterling silver. Now is your opportunity. If you're not on the phone lines yet, you can still do it. 0800 644 655. If you've got that in your basket, do make sure you're checking out. If you're watching on the web, pop it in your basket and make sure you go through that checkout process. There's tons of you with these in baskets. Over half of the stock has gone already. In fact, quantity-wise, I think this is probably one of the best opportunities that I personally have been able to bring you, quantity-wise, in a kit. You've got so much there with solid sterling silver. It doesn't get any better than this. It really, really doesn't. Okay, Laura.
Okay,
crack on.
So what I'm going to do is go and start off by showing you pretty much the ring that you're wearing, as I said.
Ring?
Well, the one that's over there, the prototype one. There's another version. Basically, when you work with sterling silver, there is a difference to it. It feels it feels more malleable because it's not coated. So, you know, you don't have that kind of plating that's affecting it. But the other thing that will happen is because it hasn't got a coating, it grips a little bit more. So when you're wrapping it or weaving it, the weaving wire will hold a little bit, maybe more to the base wires than, say, if you were using a plated wire, because the plating gives it a little bit of movement. Does that make sense? So you just have to, you know, get used to the feel. It handles slightly differently, but, you know, just it's beautiful to work with, absolutely beautiful to work with. The advantage of doing a prototype as well is you're then able, should you sell, to offer an alternative version.
That's a good idea.
So it might be like, wow, I really love that ring, but I personally can't afford to pay £50 or £60 for it, and you know, I'm not too worried about it being sterling silver. How much is the prototype, or how much is the sterling? You wouldn't say it's a prototype. How much is the plated version? You could say, well, the plated version is £30. In which case that makes it maybe a little bit more affordable to other people. So you're not wasting your time by making that prototype. You're given a different option as well.
That's a really great idea.
So just to say, I mean, it seems quite consistently you get like a real darker lab and then a slightly sort of a more grey one. Now I chose the greyer one for my prototype because I really fell in love with this more because of the greens, the dark. I love that colour. So I saved this one for my sterling. I'm actually going to use sterling for my demo because I'm just feeling, why not? Why not? Let's do it.
Use it, it's there.
Normally I'd say I'll use plate for this, I don't want to waste it, but you know, I'll make Helen a nice ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off by showing you the weave for the ring shank, which is slightly different to the normal one. Okay. Now I'm not going to use my 0.8 for this, I'm going to use my 1 mil, and the reason being is that I'm using 0.4 as my weaving wire. So if you remember what I said about the 0.4 and 0.8 aren't really an ideal combination to use together, so I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't recommend. You can do it, but it's a bit trickier. So if you can use an alternative, then use the alternative, which is the 1 mil. Oops, that was one I cut earlier. So what I'm going to do, why is it doing that? Sorry about this. There we go. Go back to that. Sorry, my wires. I've got so many wires going on here. I don't actually know what's going on. That's just gotten itself stuck. So what I want to do is cut again, as I said before. Now you're using your sterling silver. So this isn't a let's just cut a roundabout. This is a how much wire do I need? So the first thing I do if I'm making a prototype is I actually take off the wire implated that I would have, so a metre. I know it's around about that length, so I know that is all I have to work with my sterling silver. So I can get an idea then of what I'm using, and again with the 0.4 wire, I actually sort of take off 5 meters,
Okey-dokey.
and then I know I'm using the same amount of wire, and I know I'm not going to get carried away if you're using a 10 meter reel. So because I have my 10 meters here, 10 meters, that's because I was thinking of the plate. Because I've got my meter here, what I can think is, right, how much am I going to want for a ring? Well, I know I want to be a bit decorative with it.
Yeah.
I know I need to do the ring shank, so I tend to still go for what I normally go for, about a ruler length.
Yeah.
Just slightly small, slightly shorter. 1, 2, 3. So I know I can easily get that sort of length, and then it gives me that sort of length of wire, which is actually quite a lot. That is what enabled me to make the pendant. Just that one length of wire there, which is just slightly over a ruler's length.
Yeah.
But I was able to make the frame and a bit of decoration, and then use a little bit of spare 0.8 that I had left over from the other ring.
Yeah.
It's decoration. So, you know, you might think, well, that's not a lot, but it is.
Yeah.
It's more than enough. And again, it can make clasps with that as well.
Brilliant.
So I can put that to one side. I know that's what I've got left. So then I've got my wire here and my 0.4. This is just a slightly different ring shank. I take one wire, and I'm gonna, again, a little tip. I'll always say, oh yeah, you leave a tail, and you still leave the tail. Normally I'm a little bit like, oh, you know, just leave a tail, doesn't really matter. When you're using sterling silver,
Little one.
it is a little tail.
Minuscule.
So that you can, 4, 5. So I know that my wastage is going to be minimal. All right, so you just don't want to get too complacent with it. You are using a higher metal. So I'm going to wrap 5 times, scrunch that up, place one wire on top and one wire on the bottom, keep them nice and flat. So my coil is in the centre wire now.
Yeah.
And now the wire is actually facing me, so what I'm going to do is just take it back in between so it's at the back again, facing away, and just wrap it around the front of all 3 wires. And then it's going to go in between, if I say 1, 2, 3, so that you can see the back at the moment. So what I'm going to do is then just bring it in between 1 and 2, straight in between, and then wrap that middle wire 5 times again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what you'll notice is that I'm having to be a little bit more controlled with this wire than I was with my 0.25, because my 0.25 is a lot easier to use, and this is how you would notice the difference of your base wire would react differently to it. So I'm going to be a little bit more controlled with this. So again, it's facing away from me. I'm just going to bring it down and straight over all 3 of those wires, down the back, and then again in between these 2, 1 and 2, and then wrap that middle wire 5 times. 1, 2, 4. But you see, I'm having to take a bit more time with this than I was with the other ring shank. But because I'm using a thicker gauge, it builds up quicker. So they're both the same, really. Stop, crunch those wires, because it does kind of bunch up a little bit. Okay, and then at this point, maybe just get rid of that little tiny tail. So my wastage is quite minimal. Okay, and what you can do with sterling silver is you can put it all in a little bag, keep it together, all your little offcuts and stuff. Okay, so then, and you just continue that pattern all the way around and then down and wrap it. So I'll just hold it up close for you to see, so you can see what it looks like from the front. See how it's just going straight across, 5 in the middle, straight across. If I turn it around, you'll see it almost kind of goes in half, so it's 5, and then it's like the top half and the bottom half, so it looks nice either way. But I just want it to be the continuous side, okay? So you just do that again, the whole of your ring shank size. All right. So here's one I already did with the sterling silver. Now, another little hint when you're using sterling silver, because they come on a kind of a coil, what I've done, and I found this works really well, is I've actually just put this onto and a reel of elastic. And because it's elastic, it just grips the wire, so the wire's not going to go anywhere.
Handy.
I haven't got to worry about finding an empty reel, as you do. I've only got 5 meters, so I know I'm going to use this. I'm actually keeping this with me now because it's really handy for this. And all I've done is, because it does get twisted, and again, you don't want it to snap or ruin it. And I've literally just wrapped it around here so that I now can use this as if it was on a coil.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just a little tip that if you're using it, for me, I find it's the easiest way. Now I feel like I'm working from a reel again, because trying to handle 5 meters of wire is hard, even for me, and I use lots of wire. So I've already done my ring shank here. Okay, and you can see it's just been done there. And what I'm going to do then is take my ring mandrel and pop it around. And again, I don't want them to meet. I don't need them to meet. I need a little gap, is absolutely fine. What size are you, Helena? N? She's saying yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah, you can't hear her. I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, brilliant. She said yes.
Normally fits her. Okay, so I'm placing it again here, so I know I'm round about the right size. Now I know my ring mandrel's been very well used, so there's a lot of the sizes have gone. So I've got it there. Now I've got the gap there. And then what I want to do is, again, is having that stone there. What I'm thinking it's going to sit here. Now, it's up to you how you position the stone, whether you want it to sort of go horizontal or landscape, it's up to you. So what I'm going to do now is move these 3 wires out of my way. This is where I was defaulting on the first one, see? Not completely crazy. I did have some kind of, you know. So these 2 in the middle are now going to become my frame for my cabochon, because I'm actually going to net the cabochon. Once I've netted and secured it, I'm going to just use these to decorate around the stone and have a bit, you know, just see what happens really. So just with your hand, you know, this is a 1 mil wire, so it's not going to be as malleable as say the 0.8. So you need to be a bit more controlled with it. Okay, so, but obviously I've only got a small little stone there, so I don't need to make a massive kind of loop. What I don't want is this bit to be too big, my stone that's not going to sit on it. So pop it through. And again, see, I'm just using my pliers, it just helps me control that wire, and I will just crunch it down there. If you can keep this as controlled and neat as you're going along, it's going to help your overall design. And then I'm going to do this here, and normally, well, for me, I find this is what dictates how my stone's going to sit. That's why one's at a bit of a more of an angle, one was more set properly. I was like, oh, I quite like that random look, it's fine. I'll go with that.
Anything goes, doesn't it, really? There's no rules.
So again, controlling that and just bringing that around. Now again, especially because we are using sterling silver here, we don't want to just go, oh, cut that wire. It might have a better, we might be able to incorporate it into the design, and that's what I don't want to do, is waste my wire now. Okay. What I am going to do is pop it on my mandrel, because the ring shank's gone quite small. So I should hopefully be able to sort of size it back out a little bit. Now what I do is just twist in the ring mandrel, and that's just, you know, settling the ring a little bit more into the size. So I know that's now going to be the right sort of size for my ring. All right. So I'm going to take a nice and make sure it sits, which it does.
Perfect.
Onto that sort of frame. I could do it a bit like this if I wanted. It's up to. So I might actually set it like that this time. Okay. Now what I'm going to need to do, because I want to net it, is I'm going to need to take a section of my 0.4 wire, and I'm going to have to cut it. And again, this is one of those that you don't just go snip, because again, it doesn't matter if you waste it. Now I know I'm going to be netting, and I know I could probably get away with using it in one of these side pieces, so I don't need tons. Probably again about a ruler's length. And I'm just going to carry on and net this the same way as I showed in the first design and inspiration. So if I get it set, a moment, it's literally using my frame. I'm not worried about these decorated sides just yet. And because it's a small stone, you're only going to do about 6 loops anyway. Okay, so I'll do this. I've already shown this, so I'll just quickly set this up.
I'll let you carry on looping. I'm going to bring you some more wire. I've got your chartreuse coloured wire here. I've got your gold coloured wire, and I've got your 0.25 and your 0.4 millimetres there as well. And I've got your knitted wire here as well, which is fabulous. And this should have been in Get the Look section, really. It's gorgeous. This is really pretty. So you have 10 metres of your 0.4, 10 metres of your 0.6, and you've got 15 metres. Is it 15 metres, Helena, of the 0.25? Just double check for you. No worries. And you've got a metre of your knitted wire there as well. Vintage colour. 10 metres of the 0.25, so you've got 31 metres in total. It's really beautiful, this knitted wire is. There's so many uses for this. It's fabulous. It's gorgeous. In fact, you know the laid up look that we did with the rose quartz solid stone silver chain? The knitted wire looks fab just like that all by itself. It's gorgeous, it is. And you've got a metre of that one. So you've got your chartreuse coloured wire in there and your gold coloured wire as well. So maybe if your budget hasn't let you stretch for the kit today for the solid sterling silver wire, there's lots of other wire bundles and opportunities for you to do other designs with other wire. No problem at all. And as Laura said, you know, you can be a bit more generous, if you like, with your wire when you're using copper wire. You know, you can afford to use that a little bit more if you want, and if you're just starting out, there's enough here to have a little practice with as well. 0800 644 655 HWGC 63 chartreuse, really popular colour actually. For those of you that want to do some funky chainmail designs with your really bright vivid colours, and it's perfect for that. If you're making jewellery with that colour, you want to make your own findings. We don't bring you findings unfortunately in the chartreuse colour, so you're going to need to make your own findings to match your jewellery if that's what you want to do with the chartreuse wire. Loads of you there already at £12.80, 31 metres of your wire. You've got HWGC 63. We're going even lower. Wow. I did not do you know what, when we went to £12.95 then I thought we're going to go £9.95. £9.95. I'd lose this game all the time. It's a good job that we don't bet jewellery on it and stuff, or gemstones and wire, because I'd just lose all the time. £6.95. See, this is when you can have a little practice with that wire. Have a little go. Maybe you've got the solid sterling silver wire because you had that opportunity, but you know, like Laura said, you just want to make the prototype first. Have a practice with your gold coloured wire there as well. £6.95 is a deal of a deal. Rachel, you have just joined us anonymous. Congratulations to you in Middlesex. Isabel in Angus, very regular bidder there as well. 30 metres of your wire. I love that chartreuse. In fact, you could use the chartreuse and the gold together, couldn't you?
You could.
Very summery.
And is it 0.6? Did you say chartreuse?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can actually do weaving with 0.6 and 0.25. You have to be patient.
Yeah.
But I actually made a big focal neck piece with 3 heavy cabochons using just 0.6 and 0.25.
Wow.
So you can do it. It's a little bit more time consuming, but it creates a really intricate look because all your wires are really quite fine. So there's no kind of chunky sort of texture to it. It's very sort of, makes me think of machine-like, almost like printed metal.
Yeah. Wow, that would look incredible, wouldn't it? Get it home and have a go. It's £6.95. You've still got your 30-day money-back guarantee as well. You can never have enough wire, especially when you're working with it all the time. Hold those lines. If you do have that in your basket, make sure you're checking out as soon as you can. Lots of you there with those in your baskets. Well done. Okie dokies. Righty-ho, lovely Laura.
Okay, so I've basically just, as I explained briefly in the first design inspiration, I've just looped in a half hitch stitch in effect the netting around that frame. Now what I've done is I got onto, let me just find it for you. So just here, I've been able to kind of go around that frame still and just take that wire around. So I've actually got 6 in total, 3 on each side. All right, so the wire goes across there, but I've still used it. So now I've actually changed my mind again. I'm going to place my stone in this direction because it just sits nicely. Okay, now these have got quite a high dome on them, these stones. Yeah. But my loops are quite large, and you'll see already that they're kind of already almost halfway up the sides of the stone anyway. So I've actually opened the flower, it makes me think of a flower because it's the petal effect. So I've opened it out like this, and now what I'm going to do is place my stone on top, whichever way you want it. And I like to put the stone in on this level because when you start doing this next row, it pulls in around the stone, whereas if you do it first and then fold it up, it kind of doesn't hug it as much. So what I'm going to do is exactly the same, but I'm going to do it on the loops that I've already made. So you'll see, actually using that, so when I pulled out for you there, you see that there?
It's nice and snug.
It's nice and snug, but it's just gone through that loop. It's a bit tricky to show because obviously I'm trying to hold a tiny stone, but there's the next one's there. I'm going to bring that wire up in the loop. So again, it's in front, it stays in front of this loop here, this wire here, and just gently pull that. And then again here. So what's happening, you just make sure it sits in front. So you can see that there, and already it's starting to sort of secure it, and just going around, just making sure it goes in on the front. Now if it doesn't, I'll just show this quickly, if it doesn't and you do this, and when Playing the game. So say it goes behind the loop, like that, and when you do it, you'll see that something's wrong.
Yeah.
You'll see that the wire's trying to go from the back and it's not right.
Yeah.
You could straight away be like, why is that wrong? And if I was to continue doing the loops, can you see the difference between that loop, there, try to hold it like that, and then that, oh yeah, that's it, sorry. Can you see how it's almost kind of bouncing? It's not a loop, whereas these are like little loops.
Yeah.
That's, if I was to continue, it would look like that. So all I need to do in that case is just quickly feed it back through the loop, just gently, and then bring it so it goes onto the front, and there's that loop again.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just catch those, because if you don't see that you've done that, it will affect the look of the ring. All right, and then again, I just go one more because I'm around to the other side, and you see how quickly this is done. And then I'm just going to bring the wire back down to there. And that's pretty secured now. And that's actually set in there.
Yeah.
You can see that's nice, and you can leave it literally like that if you wanted.
Yeah.
The reason I've got these wires here and the reason that I've woven them is it gives you that control. There's another ring over there which I did with one piece of wire, and I have netted that one in similarly. But what I did was, because I had one piece of wire, I used my 0.8 for that, and I wrapped it around the ring, pretty much like a traditional type of ring, so around the ring mandrel 3 times, then created the base. But because I've only used one piece, I've only got 2 ends to get rid of, whereas on this one I've got 6.
Yeah.
So it does make a different effect, okay? So now I've got this little bit of wire here. Now again, I actually, because it's sterling silver, I might not want to just, whereas I might normally just go, I'll just wrap that and get rid of it. I'm just going to keep hold of that, because I don't know, there might be an opportunity where I just need a little bit of coiling, and that will be there, okay? So then I've got wires here, I've got wires here, and I can look at them and think, how are these going to go? What am I going to do with these? So if I just show you it like this. So my stone is nice and secure. I can see it's netted in nicely. Okay, if I turn it around, you'll see the back supported. Just about see that. Okay, so that stone itself is fine. That's actually a solid little ring. So now what I've got to look at is my options. I've got my wires here, and I've got my wires the same on the other side. And now it's just a matter of deciding what you're going to do. Doing a couple of weaves, where am I going to place these wires? So what I'll do is, if I think, well, I like these two are a natural pair of wires, to me, they're asking just to be woven, pretty much like we've done before. And you can repeat a lot of this weave, but change the look by making it, say, 10 wraps on each side, or 5 wraps. And it makes your weave more open, which gives a different effect. If you just do sort of 2 wraps on each side, it's going to look really intricate. So it's, but you also have to think of how much wire you're going to use up. Okay, and this is the reason I chose this type of ring shank. I forgot to mention that. The ring shank that we did in the first design inspiration, we did 5 on one wire, down into the next one, 5 on that one. So you're using a lot more wire because you're wrapping 2 wires. But we've only got a limited amount of our 0.4 sterling silver. So I still wanted that effective ring shank, but I didn't want to lose what I could be using to decorate the stone just on a ring shank. So that's why I chose to just wrap that centre wire. Centre wire?
We know what you mean.
It's been a long week. Okay, so now I'm going to look at it. I mean, I might think actually this would look really good if it could join it, and I could do a triple one. So in that situation, now when you're working with wires, what doesn't for me look good is if I was to just pull that wire over to there. So if you see you get that sharp line, it doesn't look as nice. What I tend to do is just put my thumb there and just gently form that swirl. And then you see how much nicer that looks.
That's lovely.
So it looks like it's meant to go over there, rather than just that it's been pulled over to that side, and it just it makes it look, oh, that wire's oh look, it's naturally where it wants to go now. So I'm going to just put that wire to one side, the little weaving wire that's just kind of getting in the way a bit. No offence, weaving wire. We're just going to get you down there, because you know, and it can get confusing if you've got too many wires. So that's just out of the way. So now I could think, oh, actually, there's a chance for a triple weave there. Okay. It's just about looking at your wires and deciding what you want to do. So I'm taking my new piece of wire, still attached to the reel, and I'm going to weave. So I'm going to go 1, 2, I'll do 10, just to show you the difference of how it looks. 3. Now what you can do, just to save it being fiddly and down there, is you can actually, because I know I'm going to do 10 as I can anchor the wire on by wrapping 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, and then again I can just move that coil straight down.
Yeah.
And that was a lot easier than trying to wrap it whilst it was there. And then over to the other side. Now what I've decided is I'm not going to use that wire. Even though it's there, it's ready to just be part of the design.
Okay.
And go 1, 2, 3. And you see, I'm having to sort of control this, even though it's sterling stone, so I'm having to control how it sits. 10, and then over to that side. And you can see how much bigger the actual sections are. 2.
I'm going to let you catch up on your weaving, Laura, just while I bring you these DVDs. Now, these are perfect for everything that you've seen, the kit, the wire in the kit, solid sterling silver wire, Laura's demonstrations, the wire bundles that we've had. Do you know what? In fact, I was just stood here not that long ago actually watching something that Laura did, but obviously I have Helena talking in my ear at the same time, so sometimes I miss bits that Laura's doing. No, it's fine, it's all part of the job. Helena's like, oh sorry, but sometimes I miss bits that Laura's doing and I think, damn, I've missed that bit. What does she do there? Because Wirework's something that I'm struggling with at the moment. This is where you need the DVDs, because you can just rewind them and you can pause them and you can go back as many times as you like. As many times as you like, and it is like having your very own guest designer at home with you. You can't put a price on this, honestly, they're so helpful. I've got 32 DVDs at home. Not through them all yet, but I'm slowly working through them. You've got your Wirework rings, your wire rings, and your Wirework. So you've got edition 1, edition 2, and edition 3. So your Wirework edition 1, you've got your introduction, your spiral ring, your spiral earrings, your tree of life, your herringbone weave, your wireframe pendant, and your woven cuff bracelet. In your wire rings, edition 2, you've got your adjustable rings, your double ring shank, your layered rings, your bird's nest ring, your flower ring, and your finishing touches. And in edition 3, you've got your Wirework rings, adjustable ring, the wire swirl ring, solitaire ring, Aztec ring, figure of 8 ring, and a prong set ring. Pretty much covers it all, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot to be getting on with. And they're an hour, aren't they, each DVD, I think?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, an hour each. So actually, it's priceless. It really is to have your very own guest designer sat at home with you, taking you through each of these stages and taking you through, again, if you want, and there's a lovely Carol. That's the Wirework edition 2, that one is. Look at that. Brilliant. Do you want to go back? Do you want to see that again? You can do it and you can pause it as well. I love that, because sometimes it is, it's hard to keep up sometimes, isn't it? And we get distracted as well. Somebody might knock the door, the phone might ring when you're halfway through. So it is really, really great to have these DVDs. 0800 644 655. You're going to get all 5. Should be price tag is £14.85, usually £4.95 per DVD. SD GC 95. It might be that you live too far away to come on one of Laura's workshops as well. Can't make it down to the studios to do the workshop. Get the DVDs instead. We'll come to you. £14.85. We're not staying there. Whoa! I want these. £6.95 for 3. For all 3 DVDs. You might not get the buffet that you get on the workshop, but you can make your own. Do your own little ploughmans. 0800 644 655. Absolutely loads and loads of you there for this. What a fabulous deal. I love that. Do you know, I do forget a lot of time that, you're not just up the road, and some of you can't make it down to the workshops, and it is such a shame. If you can come on the workshops, then please do. They are so helpful, and the lunch is amazing. And not to mention the guest designers, of course. So much patience. SDDC 95. Get these home. Get your friends some as well. If you've just got your friend in, or your aunt, your sister, your niece, your daughter into jewellery making, why not get these DVDs as a gift as well? £6.95 is incredible. You save so much money. Are you a saver or are you a spender? Are you going to spend that saving on something else? I would. I totally would. They're fab, they are. That's such a good buy. I'm getting those. Brilliant. Okie dokies.
Okay, so I've literally just been I've woven that. Can you see what I mean about how the weave has changed? So it's really quite sort of open that you can see there. And what I've done is I've brought those wires round, and then this little short wire here is that wire that was left over from the ring shank. So my wires are all meeting now, so you can see how we're getting more opportunities now to do something a little bit different. So I've just taken one of these wires here and just given it again a little swirl, as we were saying about getting that kind of natural direction, but also there's a little bit of mechanics underneath there, which is where I've wrapped.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's quite nice to kind of hide that. So I'm trying to do that just by distracting with a little flourish as such. So you can see, if you look closely, you can see the wraps, but you're more likely to look at the spiral than you are to look behind it. And bear in mind that we could coil that, and then that would completely detract from it. Okay, and now all I've done is, although it looks like, whoa, there's a lot going on here, there is, but it's it's fine as long as you focus on what you're working on.
Right.
So when you're looking at something like this, it can get a little bit, I think this is where people get intimidated.
Right.
They look at it, they think, wow, there's like all these wires, I don't know where to take it from here, I don't know what to do, I just want to cut them, or I just want to spiral them.
Yeah.
It's a matter of thinking, right, I'm looking at these now, so I've moved this one out of my way just with a pretty little spiral, so now that's gone now, that's not bugging me anymore. And so I've kept a pair here for myself, and then I've got 3 wires here that I can, and this little tail here is that little one that we haven't gotten rid of yet. And this is what I meant about if you don't get rid of those tails.
Ah, right, okay.
Can you see how, oh, what's that wire?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I haven't gotten rid of that tail. But sometimes when you've got all these wires, it can be like, oh, what is that wire? Or you might forget to cut it. And if, you know, that one's obviously quite a longer tail. If it wasn't, it might just be a little sort of sharp edge then that you might miss. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm looking at this, right, okay, I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I'll do something with that later, because one of these wires might come back to it.
Okay.
Know what I'm going to do with that yet. That's a pair. So what I'm actually going to do is just weave these together for the moment. So what I've done is just wrapped the 2 wires together gently there. Gently. I don't know why. I was gentle.
You've got to be gentle with yourself. Sterling silver. You've got a man-handle solid sterling silver.
Don't know. And now I'm just going to again pick up a weave where I maybe go 5 on each side. Now if these are in my way, that's fine, I can just move them, because I am using a 1 mil wire, so again you can be a little bit more, it might not be as malleable, but you can be a little bit more, you can move it out of the way and it can take that sort of control. So I'm just wrapping 1, 2. It's great this, I sound like a crazy person on this show. Count to 5, can you count to 10?
That's what everyone says really when you're not around as well. When's the crazy one back?
But that's why sometimes when people are talking to me and I'm focused on counting, I'm 1, 2, 3. So what do you think of this? I don't want 5, what? Because you kind of get into the sort of pattern.
Do you find that you count as a things as well? Like at home, do you start counting? I always remember we had this discussion with a friend of mine the other day who's just had a baby. When you're making up bottles, because you have to count the scoops of milk all the time, you're constantly doing. So it might be that you've been shopping and you're putting the shopping away and you're doing it now. You're counting the tomatoes. 1, 2, 3. As you're putting them away, you just do it all the time.
No, you're
not crazy yet. No.
Not that crazy. I'm the crazy one that, if I get an idea, I'm like, oh, I could do this, and then I start to think of it in my mind. And if it's not good if you're on a school run, walking down the street, and you're like, oh, look at it like this, and just look like that crazy person walking down the street. But it's fine. It works for me, and it helps. Okay, so you can just see again how quickly this is sort of building now. Because I'm doing it a little bit quicker, I'm making little mistakes like the wires bumping very slightly there. If that happens, if you're doing this in a little bit more time than me, then you can go back and undo it. But all you can do sometimes is if it's the odd one, you can get away with just crunching it a little bit with your pliers, and then it just sort of blends it away then a little bit. But that's just because I'm just doing it a little bit quicker. Okay, so then again, every time you're doing it, just because when you pull that wire and then move it across, it suddenly is more than you realise. So what you don't want to do is do a load there and then go, oh, I've done too much, and then you have to kind of undo it. So, you know, I'm just trying to just take you through the way that I would think if I was making something like this. So I'm thinking, well, actually that's pretty much nearly met this side now, and then you've still got this little fella here, but that's actually the perfect position. Now I've just placed that one out, and now that sits perfectly in amongst those 2 wires, which means I could change it to go how we did the original ring shank of going 5 on each side and going over and under that middle ring wire. So now that's going to become part of it. So can you see how, although that sat there and didn't do anything, now it's going to become part of the design. All right, so I'll just quickly do a little section of that.
Oh, while you're doing your section, love. Do you know what? Helena just said solid sterling silver findings. How perfect are these to go with your wire? These are fab. Again, solid sterling silver findings, really few and far between. I was looking on the website, as I told you about the cabochons, the huge labradorite cabochons that I've got. I'm only using solid sterling silver with them. I'm not going to use anything else. So I've been waiting for solid sterling silver. This, I have to say, is a pretty big findings pack that we've got here. There's absolutely loads. Every opportunity that you get to own solid sterling silver, I would definitely grab it with both hands and run. We've brought you the wire today. Rarity to get that much solid sterling silver wire. You've got so many findings here. You've got your chain, you've got your crimps, you've got your crimp covers, you've got your head pins here, you've got your open jump rings, you've got your ribbon end there, you've got your toggle clasp, you've got your S hook there as well. There is, and you've got your little organza bag. Gift bag there as well. There's tons. How long is this chain, Helena? Oh my gosh, it's ready made. You've got the bolt ring clasp on here. Look, ready made, good to go. Wow.
That's perfect for that pendant, isn't it?
Oh my god.
That makes it completely solid sterling silver.
Solid sterling silver as well. Let me hold this up against the pendant, because if you wanted to save on wire maybe, you could use the chain on there instead, couldn't you? Instead of using the wire. Perfect. Solid sterling silver. I'd say that's a 16-inch chain. Solid sterling silver. So you've got the chain there as well. You've got your head pins in there as well. I'm just going to show you the head pins because you've got the ball head pins. 50 centimetres. I think that's a 16-inch chain. Can't quite remember how to convert old money into new money. But you've got your head pins as well there. So your earrings as well. For your earrings, these would be perfect, wouldn't they? Solid sterling silver again. You've got your jump rings in here as well. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of your jump rings. You've got your crimps there, your crimp covers, your shepherd's hooks, your toggle clasp, your ribbon ends there as well, and your S hook clasp there as well. All solid sterling silver. There is so much. I have to say, this is a really, really big findings pack for a solid sterling silver. How many grams do we have in total? Do you know, Helena? 12 grams. Oh my gosh. 12 grams of solid sterling silver. Isn't this a perfect addition to that kit that you've already come in for? All of that wire, 7 metres of solid sterling silver wire you've managed to get today. And we're bringing you 925. Wow! On the high street, just for that chain alone, you could be paying anywhere 20 to 30 pounds, possibly even more, again depending on where you're buying in the country. But just for the chain, no gemstones whatsoever, and you've got all of those findings in there as well. It's solid sterling silver. You've had some incredible pieces today. The strand that we had earlier on, the Tanzanite. How about the Tanzanite strand? You're going to want to use solid sterling silver for that, aren't you? You've got the wire. You've had the wire in the kit. It might just be the simple pair of shepherd's hooks. Solid sterling silver shepherd's hooks. Some of your wire. And your Tanzanite from earlier on. You're going to want to use solid. I can't. Do you know what?
It's in the air, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I blame Claire.
I can't say solid sterling silver unless I really think about it. Most of the time it's stolid. Stolid sterling silver. I think stolid is more solid than solid. Solid. Forget it. 0800 644 655. Loads of you there. Again, I'd be multi-buying for this. Every opportunity you can get to own solid sterling silver, it's going to add value to every single piece. Laura used 2 metres in the labradorite ring, 2 metres of solid sterling silver wire, immense labradorite there as well, and Laura said she'd put a price tag around £50 on this. I'd go with a little bit more, I think. But again, depends on where you're selling, doesn't it? Solid sterling silver, that's going to add value to all of your pieces, all of your gemstones. Lots of you there, lots of you with these in baskets as well. Do make sure that you are checking out KFWI. 36 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. I want those. What I do?
Yeah, I just want them.
I just want everything lately. I go home with a list. I go upstairs with more and more orders. It's not funny.
Right, okay. So basically, I'll just show you where we've gone so far. So I've actually stopped. So I did a little bit of the weaving over and under with that centre wire, and then because this one here was kind of running out, what I've done is I've just, this is the outside wire, so I've moved that, and then I've just pulled these two wires together and just done a bit of a 5 and 3, which is basically wrapping 5 times around one wire, this wire I'm moving here, and then 3 times around both of the wires together, which you can see. Now if your wires gap together, which is the brilliance of having a little close-up camera, is you can just take your pliers and just kind of give it a little squidge, and then that will get them nice and close together. All right, now, do you remember that little tail wire that was kind of hanging around?
Yeah.
Well, it's got a use now, because the outer wire that I've, I've separated these wires now, but it was in a perfect place for me to use this shorter wire here to coil this one. So it is worth keeping it there, because you don't know what, it can come in handy. Worst case is if it doesn't, there was enough there for me to be able to wrap a briolet with. Okay. So it's not like it was completely useless. Yeah. So now I'm just thinking, what do I want to do with this wires here? So it's just a matter of thinking, you need to get rid of some ends now. Obviously you've still got 6 wires, 6 sort of tail wires to work with. You can see this one's nearly good to go. So what I'm going to do is I've just finished that wrap, so I've just got the wire there. What I'm going to do is just take my round nose pliers, make sure it's a nice finish, so just cut with the back of your pliers so you get a nice straight edge. And again, if you wanted to round it with your nice cool little tool, you could. And then just gently, just with my pliers, I'm just sort of forming that little hook. And just creating that kind of almost like a swirl effect. It makes that wire look like it's finished, as opposed to suddenly stopping. And I think what I have to remember, what I'm trying to say is when you're doing things like this, is you don't want that sudden stop. You've run out of wire, you've got an end there. I could tuck it behind and then it would disappear. It's up to you. You might not like swirls. If you don't like them, then hide it behind that work. But
it's nice to make a feature of it though when it is solid sterling silver, isn't it?
For me, I just think, well, it's there, why not? And what you're doing as well, inadvertently, is you're giving a little bit of, I mean, this stone is set quite securely, but what you're doing is you're just giving a little bit of additional support. That wire going across there is holding that stone in. This wire coming across here is holding that stone in. The netting is holding it in, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't hurt to give that stone that little bit of extra support, just to, you don't want it to get dropped or anything like that, and the stone to sort of come out of the netting, which you shouldn't, but you just... So again, now what I'm doing now is just using this wire to wrap around until I can decide what I'm going to do. So you can see how actually I think that doesn't really need much more now, so I would just probably just quickly wrap that. Okay, and I would bring that there, and that's probably looking about sort of finished, to be honest. Now I know that that's enough for a silver clasp should I want it.
Brilliant.
So it's not the end of the world for me to cut that wire now. It's not ideal. But you can sometimes with these types of things gauge 100% how much wire you're going to use, but you can keep your wastage as minimal as possible. So again, same as we did for the edges of the rings, cutting it at a slope, at an angle, and then just kind of, if you see, I'm just using my chain nose pliers just to almost hook it and just really tuck that edge in, so that's really disappears into the back of that ring. Now that's that, and that's it from the front. So you can see how it's more or less, it's actually looking quite finished. It looks kind of like a wrapped eye now, doesn't it really? So then again with this piece here, you could think, right, okay, again, do I really need any more of that? No, it's probably fine. So you could get rid of that little tail wire now. And again, you could use this, even if it's just for something little. It's usable, you know. Tuck in any edge. And again, just get rid of that edge there. Now, choices, because this is a 1 mil, you could easily cut that wire and it would hold. So it's optional for you, decorative-wise, if you choose to bring that wire across there and get that look. It's up to you. Or you might think, well, if I do that, I'm going to lose my wire, so I don't want to. It's up to you. So I am actually going to do that because I quite like that look myself. Okay, so then again, I'm just taking that edge there, so there's no sharp edges. And then you've got, so I can cut that now from the reel. Okay, so far I've got this. So what I can do then again, Just pop it back on my ring mandrel and just resize it.
Yeah.
Well, when you resize it, it's going to stretch all those wires and really make them pull nice and secure.
Yeah.
So you need to do this regularly just to see, one, that you're on the right track, and two, you could distort your frame if you suddenly put it on there and undo everything you've done. So just bringing it around like that, and just, you can manipulate it a little bit if it's gone a bit wonky. Okay, oh, it's not a good view, is it? So you can see there how it's sort of taking shape, and just by sort of changing it, you can manipulate it, straighten it up. All right, and then with this wire, you've still got these wires here. You don't have to weave them.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say that you weave them. You might think, well, actually, I'm going to just bring that as a flourish across there, and then that can kind of, and then you might find a gap you can feed the wire through as well. You know, there it feeds through, just through fine there. I'll show you. So it's feeding through that weaving, so that when you look at it like that,
I like that.
it looks nice and, there it disappears. So again, it's that making it look, you want people to look at it and go, how did you do that?
Yeah.
You don't want it to be,
Where did that go?
yeah, where did that wire go? And then when you turn it over, you're like, well, where did it go? You want it to have that sort of like, not obvious how you've done it. And then again, with this wire here, just pop that one through. And again, you could go to town, you could keep going. But because I want to get rid of this, now I'm going to just fold these wires over again. So I've got lots of clap links or whatever you want really. But just make sure you take that time to get those edges in nice. And I always just put my finger across, can I fill in the sharp edges? And can you see there how it's looking...
Where did that wire go?
Just disappeared. And this is with me not really taking a lot of care. So, you know, and then there's that one wire there, to be honest with you, that can just disappear, and then it would mirror that stripe across there. So if I would just, because I chose to do that one there, I can now mirror it and get rid of that wire. So that one just goes around like that. Trim it. Place it back up like that.
Fab.
And there you have a finished solid sterling labradorite ring.
There you go, Helena.
There you go, Helena. So hopefully that will fit. And what I would do with that, because my hands are quite hot as well, what I would do is I would just pop that in a silver cleaner. Yeah. And then that would, if I can, so one over there, plain one, that hasn't really been handled too much. You can see how it's changed a little bit. I'm only telling you this because I want people to see it. I don't want people to suddenly go, oh, mine's changed colour. Yeah. It's just, my hands are hot. Yeah. It's just you're handling it. See how that sparkled up? That's because I sparkle, you know, and it won't strip it because it's sterling silver. It won't strip it. Plated silver, if you put it in the cleaner, you can do it a couple of times, but it will eventually start to strip the plating. And obviously, be careful of the stone that you put in. Non-porous stones like turquoise and pearls, don't put in. Just use a cloth. And there's your ring, Helena.
Thank you, Laura. Brilliant.
And look at what I've got left. This is my sterling silver that I've still got left.
Oh, look.
On my reel. Still got absolutely probably about 3 meters of this left.
Wow, that's brilliant, isn't it? If you've got that kit in your basket, you've got to check that out. You really, really have. There are still some available as well, so I do think you have time. If you did miss out on that kit, you've just tuned in thinking, what kit? What? Solid sterling silver wire. 7 meters of solid sterling silver wire we had in that kit. So do have a look on the website, JewelleryMaker.com. I've got Hannah's Happy Hour coming up for you. Yes. And some management offers as well. So please don't go anywhere, and I'll meet you back here in just a few minutes' time.
Book now to take part in the Gemporia experience. Take a behind-the-scenes tour of the TV studios, meet the presenters and learn about gemstones and jewellery. The price of £169 includes an overnight stay at the picturesque White Swan Hotel, a buffet lunch, refreshments, a £20 gift voucher towards your evening meal and a free glass of bubbly.
It's terrific. Hannah is so knowledgeable, the gemologist, and as I said, I've learnt loads and I would highly recommend it to anybody.
Very good value, very well put together, and yes, go for it.
Dates are limited, so call or email us now for an experience you'll never forget.
The latest edition of the Lure Book is now available. This highly regarded gemstone encyclopedia features over 1,300 pages full of facts and knowledge. Discover the places, the people and the stories behind every gemstone. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
When we were with you last year in China, you had some big sizes that were clean, but today all the big sizes look very included. Is that what's coming from the mine? More inclusions?
Yeah. Have more better quality. Also, this is not clean.
Yeah, that's
have
right.
Clean material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like this, clean.
so clean to one size, then above that the sizes are getting more included.
Every size can get, but quantity depends on quantity.
It's a lot smaller today.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few years ago the quantity was great coming out the mine on the bigger sizes, but today the smaller sizes are nice, they're clean up to about ½ a carat, but beyond that they're quite included. So it's quite a good job. We did a lot of business a few years ago.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company.
Welcome back. We've got one more hour with you this afternoon before the lovely Vicky Field joins you, taking you through the evening. We will see Laura's challenge towards the end of the show as well as she is as well. She was just like, whew, I'm worn out today. Have a seat. She's got to go, chair. Don't blame you. Don't blame you. We've got some management specials coming up for you this hour, thrown in kind of at the last minute as well, I have to say. We weren't supposed to have these, if I'm honest. But we're allowed to take them really low, kind of clearance deals. Management clearance deals. They're always the best deals, aren't they? Should we start with one? Let's do it. Okie dokie. Oh, the texturing hammer, brilliant. For those of you, in fact, it was the lovely Laura that was with myself a couple of weeks ago when we had the stamping, and you were doing lots of stamping and lots of hammering and stuff with the copper sheets. The texturing looks fabulous. It really, really does. It just gives it such a different look. It can add texture in certain instances as well. You know, it might be a copper sheet that just, you don't actually want to do any stamping on or anything else. You just want to kind of texturize it. It's brilliant for that. So you've got the texturing hammer here, and you've got, they're all different. Yeah, they are. 4, 5, 9 different attachments there to your hammer as well. 0800 644 655 RXGK50 is your code for this one. Get this home and have a go. Have you got one of these, Laura?
Yes, but I've lost the hammer, so I've just got all of the interchangeable parts, but I can't find the hammer. I'm really annoyed about it.
I'm thinking they're not probably very useful now you've lost the hammer.
It's not the best of situations, but I'm hoping that when I move into my new studio, I will find the hammer.
Brilliant.
But I do have one, and I love it, and it's great.
Unbelievable. Honestly, like, I do have one, I do love it, and it's great. Brilliant. 0800 644 655. I would imagine it'd be really handy to have some kind of craft bag or something, Laura, that you know you could just throw all your tools in. And
well, I actually have, and that's hence I found the the changeable bits of it.
Right.
It was just the hammer that's wandered off somewhere. I will find it. It is around.
Bless me.
I would actually be tempted to get another one anyway, because I know I'll find the hammer at one point, but I do miss not having it, and every time I've got my copper sheet, I'm like, I could really do with that hammer.
Oh, we need a hammer to smash something with.
Basically, yeah.
644 655. Okay, always has been £24.95. Now, I'm guessing by the has been that this might be a good time for you to come in and buy this, Laura.
Oh, don't.
Okay, lowest ever price. Helena would just like me to tell you that that is authorised by Mr. Scottstone. Ooh. You've taken £10 off that? Wow. That is a massive saving that you've got there. 0800 644 655. Do you know what? I'm going to take these out. I was just looking there, looking at the glare and just thinking, you can't really see them.
See, if you're opening it, you might as well let me out.
Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, you know. Okay, let me just. Oh, they're sellotaped in, aren't they? Right. If you, those of you that have children, the packaging on toys is an absolute joke. I tell you.
They screw things in, don't you? You need a screwdriver.
You need a screwdriver to get things out. Yeah, you need a screwdriver. I'm not even joking, Helena.
No.
You laugh.
No, you do.
Children's toys should come with a toolkit to get the toy out of the box.
It's true.
I'm not even joking. It's ridiculous. Christmas in our house, well, you know, it takes 6 hours just to get the toys out. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to do those four because I will be here for a very long time. So these just pop in, do they, Laura?
Yeah, they should just twist in. I'm not sure actually might. No, hang on. I've got to remember now.
Hang on, yeah, so you twist the end off.
Yeah, you take the end off, then place it in and then put it back on.
Cannot get the guest designers.
Well, in my defence, I only used mine about twice before I lost the hammer part of it, so...
Brilliant. Unbelievable.
So you
just screw the end off, and then you just pop whichever attachment you want in there, and then you screw that back on. It is really easy, I promise you. 0800 644 655, hammer away. Incredible. Jacqueline, you've got two. Well done. Christine, Sharon. Well done, Bridget, Nanetta, Eileen, Jack. Gladys, you're there as well.
I would, but I'm here, so I can't actually buy one, can I? Because I'm kind of here. If there's one still when I leave,
anybody watching, any friends or family, do you know, you should just shout up really, Laura, because Rachel Norris did this on Saturday over some Chrysler cabochons. 4 customers texting to say, we've got them for you. So she's going to have loads.
Well, if I'd have known it, I would have made, because my husband's taken a day off today, because it's a children's sports day, so I would have, he actually has logged onto my laptop, which is automatically logged into here. So I'll give a shout. If you're watching, Tony, get this for me, please.
There you go. I thought of you, actually, the other day, Laura, because it was my son's sports day as well, and it came to the mum's race. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I don't get involved with that.
No, I didn't. I tell you what, right, okay, Helena, when you go to the mum's race, right, and you see a mum with gym shorts on, the best trainers, yeah, and a crop top with a 6-pack, right. So, you just think, right, I can just join in and look really silly like the rest of the mums, you know, or do I go all out next time and wear my gym kit, you know? She was going to win, I'm telling you, and no one was going to get in her way. She was literally warming up on the start line as well. Ready, on the floor, you know, like when you watch the Olympics, something, runners, hands down on the line, ready, get set, bang. Honestly, I did think about tripping her up, but then, you know, might not have gone. I was at school. I genuinely think, I was like, right, I've never seen this mum before. Does she even have a child? Does she just go to every mum's race, travels the country, every sports day just for the mum's race, just so she can win? I've never seen her there before. Don't know who she was, but she went anyway.
Can I just say quickly, though, we actually got stopped from the race last year. The parents got given egg and spoons because they were so vicious the first year.
Can you imagine?
They literally were like, you are not running this year. You will have egg and spoons so that you can walk nice and slowly. Yeah. But the year before, my friend ran and she was involved in, you know, elbow gate. And she came third, and her daughter went, well, why did you come third, Mummy? Why didn't you come first? And she's like, I came first. Look at all the people on the floor. I'm not even on the floor. I came third. And she was like, should have come first. And she was 5.
Wow. I tell you what, it's competitive. It's really competitive out there. Well,
at least come second.
Anyway, let's move on. If you've got that in your basket, just make sure you check that out. Okay, have a look. It's Hannah's Happy Hour. Yes. Okay. Another management offer coming up for you a little bit later on. I think I spy solid sterling silver. Look at these. Do you know what the best thing is with the mums and dads races is the faces. Like the competitiveness in people's faces. It's brilliant. Okay, solid sterling silver. Earring findings you've got here. Your half drilled bead earring findings. And you have, wow, look at these. 10 gemstones here. You have your burgundy shell pearl and you've got your white shell pearl, both half drilled. So your burgundy shell pearls are 10mm in size and your white shells are 10mm in size as well. So these are brilliant for any of your half drilled beads that you've got at home. You can use them for. All you need is a little bit of glue and you can just pop those on there. And you can snip them as well if it doesn't quite, if it's a little bit too long for certain gemstones, you can just snip that post down to adjust. No need to with these though. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous. So you've got 2 of your earring findings there with your butterfly backings, and you've got 5 of the burgundy pearls, and you've got 5 of the white shells there as well. I'll swap that over and put one of the white shells on. You want to go to sports stages for the mums race, Helena? The dad's ones are funniest because they are really, I mean, to be fair, there was no one in sports gear. But it's the faces, they're like the expressions on the dad's faces of like, I cannot let my child down. I must win. Whereas the mums have a bit, well, most of the mums have a bit more of a giggle about it and just, you know, have a laugh and be like, yay, at least I made it to the finish line, I didn't fall over, you know, but well. It's the taking part that counts, Claire. 0800 644 655. YPGC19 is your code for these. Should be £11. Well, that's your money back already, isn't it? £11.85. That's your money back already. Any of your half jewel pendants that you've got at home as well, your half jewel pendant bails that you've got at home, you can use all of these for those as well. £7.95. 0800 644 655 or on the web at jewellerymaker.com. Well done, Ellen. Greater London, you've got yours. Anne-Marie in Pembrokeshire. Yay! Pembroke. I wish I was in Pembrokeshire today for this lovely weather. You can, in fact, you can guarantee that if I did go to Pembrokeshire today, Anne-Marie, it would rain. You wouldn't have this nice weather if I was there. YPGC19. Gorgeous. Okie dokies. Wire. Have a look at these. Okie dokies. So another wire bundle for you today. It has been wire-tastic, hasn't it? It really, really has. So any of the designs that you've seen today, you could do with this wire as well. If you've got the DVDs, get this wire, have a go with the pinks. They are gorgeous. So if you're creating a design where you really want that pop of colour, you know, if you're using any of your coloured wire, try using your clear gemstones. You know, like the big clear quartz that we use? The coloured wire looks fab with those because it carries the colour of the wire through the design as well. If you're doing a really funky chainmail design with your bright colours, get this wire. Your findings as well, we don't bring you the pink findings, so you're going to need to make your own findings if you wanted that colour. That's when it's great to have these colours in your stash. So you've got your pink coloured wire there, 0.8mm. I love that colour. That is just like baby pink, isn't it? And then you've got your fuchsia coloured wire there, so you've got your 0.6 and your 0.4, and you've got your 0.8 in your pink wire. You've also got your baby pink knitted wire again. This is fabulous. What would you do with the knitted wire, Laura?
Well, it's like ready-made Viking knit for you, really. So, again, it enables you. So, say you have those rose quartz gemstones, those cabochons that were done during the first design inspiration. You could make a pendant with that, say with silver, and then make your own chain out of that, and then you would tie in with the pinks, wouldn't you?
Wow, that'd look gorgeous, wouldn't it? Really pretty. It's so fab, isn't it? And you've got a metre length there as well, so you could get 2 16-inch necklaces out of that if you wanted to, and a 7-inch bracelet. I quite like it just as a bracelet, as it is. How pretty is that? I like that. It's a great look, isn't it? Loads of pinks, really girly. I'm loving it. GC 52 should be £15 and 30 pence. Do you know what? The wire deals that we bring you lately, I'm not really sure how we're doing it, because it was like I went away on holiday, I came back and something had happened. I've not got the email, I don't know what it was, but something crazy's happened. Do you see what I mean? £6 and 95 pence. Hannah's happy hour. This is where we need, like, you know how we created the bus, the solid sterling silver bus? We now need a bar. If we could create like a slide with like the entrance to a pub, like a saloon. Hannah's happy hour. Sandra in Somerset says, Laura, have got you a hammer set. We'll let you have it Monday. Loving the show, ladies.
Thank you, Sandra.
Sandra. Sandra, that's so lovely.
Thank you.
Is that a workshop on Monday then? What's going on Monday?
Yeah, it's a birthday treat that Sandra's going to go down and give her a private sort of workshop.
It's my birthday this month. Just letting you know. Well,
you know, you can come to Bristol.
Yes, I love Bristol. Love it. Sounds good to me. Brilliant. 0800 644 655 £6 and 95 pence. Look at all of the wire that you're getting here. You've got your 0.6 and your 0.4 in your fuchsia wire, and you've got your 0.8 in your pink coloured wire there, and you've got a metre of your knitted wire as well. GWGC 52. Hannah's happy hour. Fruit punch o'clock. Yeah. It is. It's that kind of weather, isn't it? For that fruit punch. Although, I have to say, last time that I had quite a bit of that, it is literally just full of sugar, isn't it? I couldn't sleep. You know when you go, oh, I can tell I've had a few to drink. I'm quite tired. I'm going to go to bed. I was literally, couldn't get to sleep for about 5 hours. It's like, too much sugar, too much sugar. What's that, lovely? It's got fruit in it. Yeah, you don't, I've got to be honest, I never tend to eat it because, well no, the only reason is because my glass never gets empty. It's like, if it's getting low, I'll get a refill. So I think you only ever eat it when your glass is empty at the end of the night. Yeah, tastes much better when it's been in there for a few hours. Have a look at this. Wow, isn't this gorgeous? Look at these drops. These are high-end. Did you say never been seen before? Brand new strand. I'm loving these drops. They are gorgeous. Really, really delicate. I'm thinking, you know, 3, 4, 5 of these at different lengths on your chain in earrings, little cluster. They'd look beautiful. Completely natural gemstone, your Peridot. 100% natural. Formed in the same part of the earth where diamonds are formed, that's in the mantle of the earth. All of the gemstones are formed in the crust, so it's just diamonds and peridot formed in the mantle of the earth. 100% natural. We have given this no help on its way with that colour whatsoever. That is the colour that Mother Nature intended, and the saturation of that colour is incredible. Isn't it? So vivid, so beautiful, so crisp. I'm loving that. Next month's birthstone, actually, you know, if you're doing any of your birthstone designs, is the birthstone for August, which is only a month away now. I know, it's scary, isn't it? Oh, don't lie it. I mean, I'm excited, but Christmas before, you know it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on a minute. What? Christmas in July. On the 25th of July, which is the day after my birthday. I like that. Yes. Birthday / Christmas show. I'll bring in cake. No problem. I'll bring in cake if you bring in Christmas presents.
25th of July? I think I'm on then.
25th of July.
I think it might be me. Might not be. Sorry if it's wrong.
Laura's not
I'm just excited. I'm bringing cake.
We want cakes
yeah.
and presents. Can we put the Christmas tree up and everything? For a day? Oh my gosh. I don't want that job. At all. No, thanks. Wow, Christmas in 24 sleeps. Woohoo! Margaret in Lancashire, Carol in Oxfordshire, 40 carats of peridot. We're talking high. You know all those solid sterling silver findings that we bought you in the solid sterling silver wire? I'd be using that for peridot. Incredibly beautiful gemstone. Premier price tag for you. That already is a premier price tag for 40 carats of peridot. Look how beautifully they're being faceted. They are gorgeous. £11.95. 0800 644 655. Okay, I am 43 is your code. Margaret in Lancashire, Karen in Oxfordshire, Annette in Gwent, you've got yours. Jane in Cornwall, you've just joined me. That is a steal of a deal. That's a premier price tag that you have there. We were playing a game the other day at home and doing impressions for my 6-year-old son. Do an impression of a family member. So Daddy said, do an impression of Mummy. Oh my gosh, look at this piece of jewellery. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's like, I don't speak like that actually. Oh my gosh, that's what he kept doing. Oh my gosh. How rude. Hello son, if you're watching. £11.95. I don't say it that often. I say okie kokies more, I think. Oh wait, okie kokies, okie kokies. We've had a text in from Mirabelle and Mary Nook. Says, hi Han, I'm in the best place indoors, although it's 25.5 in my room. It's 30 outside. Oh no. Got fan facing me watching my favourite presenter. Thanks Mirabelle. Oh, thanks for watching. See, this is what I'm saying, Mirabelle. It's too hot outside. I mean, it's really overcast here. I think it still is anyway. When it's overcast, it's one of those, yeah, stay indoors. When it's sunny, it's all right. And it's all right if you're by the coast, isn't it? But, you know, when you're inland, it's too much. Too much. Oh, do you know, I love the microfaceted gemstones. Love, love, love the microfaceted gemstones. These, you know the solid sterling silver star clasps that we had earlier on? I always think with the microfaceted, I know lots of you use them as spacers and you, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, completely gone out of my head. You weave with them and use them in that way. But for me, always, the microfaceted beads, I just want that delicate look. Where are they? Do I still have them? No. Just a solid sterling silver clasp as a charm there would look gorgeous. They're so delicate. I think the microfaceted gemstones, you get more luster, more sparkle from these. They are so beautiful. You've got that delicate soft pink hue there as well. They're stunning. What do you do with the microfaceted gemstones, Laura?
I did a design inspiration a couple of weeks ago actually where I did a tree of life. Was it you I was with?
Oh, it was, yes, it was.
In the forest, didn't I?
Ah, yeah.
You can make really cool little earrings or a tree of life ring with those because you know they're small enough to be able to get that detail and you won't use a lot. Yeah, something like that.
I remember now because it's when we were talking about the sticky mat that Laura really wanted it because she likes the seed beads but they don't like her.
Like me. No, and they proved it though, didn't they?
Yeah,
you saw.
Yeah, I did.
They run.
Yeah, they do run away
from
you.
Laura.
You've got a sticky mat, that's great. 0800 644 655 or JewelleryMaker.com. How pretty are these? Look at that delicate colour. They are gorgeous. SEVX50. You have 5 carats of your rose quartz there. Beautiful. With your tassels again. I was talking about a pair of tassel earrings that I'd seen in a glossy magazine. £65. No gemstones, just the tassels, £65. Saw a pair yesterday in the high street when I was in the Bull Ring in Birmingham and they were £40 just for the tassels. It's the look. It really is. There's me. Look at me. One step ahead. Putting them away. Oh my gosh. That actually should be price tag. 14. Oh my gosh. That'll be my son going, yeah, see, I told you. £14.95. Not today. Oh, wow. We're going all the way down to just £11.95. Wow. They are beautiful. Get these home, have a look. You get them in this gorgeous presentation box as well, really special. Have a look at them. Think about your design before you use them maybe. Have a little think about how you're going to use them. Laura's Tree of Life looks incredible. I think it was no.
No, they were, weren't they? They were like...
Labradorite.
No, they were...
No, Hannah, shut up. No,
it's like when you're going this, is it this? Is it? No. It was little pyrite, wasn't it? Hematite or pyrite coated.
Yes.
So I had like a blue, electric blue, like a real black, shiny black, and another colour.
It was a coated hematite, I remember now.
Not Labradorite. No.
Yeah, I remember. Gosh, you've got a good memory.
Randomly, when it suits me.
£11.95. Anonymous, Edwina in Gwynedd, Jewel there as well. Brenda in Surrey, you've got 2. Congratulations to you. I've got some tiger's eye cabochons. These are beautiful. Perfect for all of the designs that you've seen today. The Labradorite, in fact, they're probably a fraction bigger than the Labradorite, so they would really work in any of the designs that you've seen. Of Laura's. Oh my gosh, I love this gemstone so much. Just going to hold them up for a little while actually so you can see how beautiful they are. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? Your yellow tiger's eye. Oh my gosh. They're huge as well. Now you're going to get 3 cabochons. The size of these, they are 12 by 14. Do we have a carat weight on these at all? 20 carats across 3 gemstones. That is over 6 carats each. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Tiger's Eye is such an on-trend gemstone, it really is. I talk about London Fashion Week quite a lot. I know it was some time ago now, but the colours, it's all about these colours for this season. It really, really is. Those Masala colours, the gorgeous mustards, the beautiful jasper reds that you see in your jaspers as well. It's all about these colours for this season. I love Tiger's Eye so much. It has that beautiful chatoyancy to it. Caused my silk-like inclusions within the gemstone, which is basically like the opening and closing of an eye, hence the name Tiger's Eye. I think with the designs that Laura's created today, these would look fabulous. Do you remember the gold wire bundle that I bought you as well? Tiger's Eye with gold wire looks incredible. It really does. Shazza in Essex, you've got yours. Congratulations. Sean in Leicestershire, you're there. All 3. Oh my days. Even in gold-plated wire, you know, I wouldn't be putting a price tag any less than £15 on one of these. How have we done that? Magic. That's Helena's explanation today. It's just magic. Oh wow, look at that one. Woo! I love that. How have we done it? Just magic. That price tag is magic. $6.95 for 3 of those. They are gorgeous. 0800 644 655. Manager's offer. Brilliant. Okay. Another manager special for you. Which? Oh. Another hammer. Laura. Another one. Another texturing hammer for you. You haven't got any additional pieces with this one. It's just the hammer, and you've got your 2 sides there with your textures on. So I'll show you that one there. You've got kind of that square effect, and then you've got your stripes on that side as well. Your multi-face texturing hammer, MJGX92 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. So if you're working with any of your copper, a couple of weeks ago, when we had the last time, I was just saying that Laura was here a couple of weeks ago with myself, and we got some copper sheets, and Laura was using those to stamp on and do the texturing, and it really does add such a different effect. It gives you so much more luster at certain times. It gives you that gorgeous texture which can create that kind of high-end designer look that you see in a lot of designers' pieces. They are great for changing that piece, if you like. You know, if you're not into your stamping, maybe you haven't got any stamping kicks, but just thinking, actually, I'd like to do something a little bit different, then get this home and have a go. And I'm sure that Laura will agree that it does kind of release your stress when you're working with this.
It's good if you've had a bad day. Yeah. Definitely. Bad week. Yeah. But it's you know, I normally have my copper cuff with me, so I'm normally wearing it, but it's just great, like you say, to add that bit of texture. You don't have to stamp onto it. You might just want to literally leave it just slightly textured. It just gives it a bit of something a bit different.
It looks really fun, doesn't it? It looks, and in fact, I wish you had, because I've noticed every time you've been here, you've had your
normally wear it,
but you haven't got it on today. It just looks typical. It just looks. It adds such a fab look to the design. I wish we had some copper floating around now, just so you could show us. But it really does look brilliant. Get this home, have a go with it. 30-day money-back guarantee. 0800 644 655. So it should be, and always has been, $8.95. I'm scared now. Helena just said, but we're going low. We're not supposed to do that. But that's all right, because that's there. It's nothing to do with myself or Helena. It's all Scott Stone's fault. £5.95 for you. Get this home and have a go. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Look at that lustre. I love that. Look at the patterns that you're going to get from this as well. 0800 644 655. MJDX92. $5.95 is a price tag that we do not see very often at all. But we are today. We are today. Use your 30-day money-back guarantee. Gail in Lincolnshire, you've got yours. Well done. Charlene in Middlesex, you're there on the web. Lots of you on the web and on the phone line today. Helena's looking for something now. Yeah, we're looking for something around a design that one of our guest designers has done before, I think, where the texturing hammer has been used. We don't have anything around.
I normally have stuff. I'm normally wearing copper sheet, like I've normally got ring on everything.
But not today.
Not today, sorry.
Get the guest designers. Dawn in Buckinghamshire, Jenny, you're there as well in Gloucestershire. Barbara, you've got yours in Kent, you've just checked out. Well done to you. 0800 644 655. MJDX92 is how you get involved today, or on the web at jewellerymaker.com. Hold those lines. In fact, Jeannie in Gloucestershire, ×2. Yes. Brilliant. Have you got this one at home, Laura?
No, but it would be good if I did, because obviously then it wouldn't have the issue of
losing
the main part of the actual hammer. No, but it's handy if you just want one to take around with you. Again, if, you know, when you've got something that's got the multi-changing option, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you travel and you think, I don't want to take all that with me.
Yeah.
You've got that one hammer, there it is, there's my texturing hammer, that's all I need, pop it in, and then you're not worried about, you can keep it more minimal then as well. And it's different looks, you know, so I would be getting it, definitely. Like I say, if you've got copper sheet, if you've got the charms, anything like that, it's just like using a normal hammer, but it just changes the look completely on it.
Of course, you know, the charms, I completely forgot about the charms as well. Of course you can do it on the charms, can't you? In fact, I had, just the other day, we had solid sterling silver necklace pack. We've got the solid sterling silver necklace, the chain, sorry, we've got the heart-shaped charm in there, and the emerald. You could have done that on the heart-shaped charm easily. That would have looked fab, wouldn't it? $5.95. Hannah's happy hour. Yes. Okay. Wow. Wow. Have a look at these. Woo! Oh my gosh. Party gemstone. Look at that. Wow. Twinkle, twinkle. Oh my gosh. I just said it again, didn't I? They are fab. So much luster. I would use these as spacers in a design. Give you that added little bit of sparkle. They are beautiful, aren't they? You have your Mystic Teal Green coated coloured black spinel. Faceted rondelles here. They are gorgeous. Spinel, do you know what? We're talking a high-end gemstone as well here. Spinel is beautiful, and I love the fact that we've added this extra colour to give you that gorgeous luster, that beautiful sparkle. Added into another design, they'd look fab. If you've already got your black spinel, maybe just added in, incorporated into black spinel design, they'd give you that gorgeous flash of colour, wouldn't they? That extra little bit of sparkle. I mean, spinel is lustrous all by itself, it really is, but with that green coating on there, they do look stunning. You could use a gemstone of this size with this much luster just by itself. You could take 4, 5, 6 of those, long drop in earrings, and you're going to get so much movement from them in earrings, so much sparkle. Wow, if you've got those on your craft stall, they'd attract a lot of attention, and they could be that really affordable piece, couldn't they, if you were turning them into earrings as well. Okay, $6.95. I did just say spinel is a high-end gemstone. Again, no explanation whatsoever. Well done to Jean in South Yorkshire. Pamela in South Yorkshire, you've got yours as well. Hamida in Bristol, well done. Lots of you with these in your baskets. That is spinel that you're looking at here. We're not talking a tiny carat weight. We're talking 40 carats of a beautiful gemstone. What would you put with these, Laura?
You could put, well, pretty much anything, wouldn't you? Imagine the pearls, something like quite contrasting to really make them pop, really, I think. So like the white pearls or something quite neutral. I don't know.
Do you know what? Labradorite would look gorgeous with these as well, wouldn't it? Beautiful labradorite
like
as
little
well.
Spaces almost, you could put them in, couldn't you?
Yeah. They'd look fab, wouldn't they? Do you know what? Anything goes with these. Absolutely anything. You could use them in the Peridot drops that we had, as Laura said, the pearls that we had earlier on as well. They'd look gorgeous, wouldn't they? 0800 644 655. Kate times 2, congratulations. Anne-Marie in Pembrokeshire, you're back in. Anonymous in Hertfordshire, well done. Yvonne in the West Midlands. Maureen in Lincolnshire, you've just got 2, congratulations to you. Judy, you're there. Audrey, well done. Marion, Anonymous. Jane in Merseyside, times 2, you've just got yours. Anonymous in Hertfordshire, you've just joined me. If you've got those in your basket, just make sure you check them out. Okie dokies. Pop those back for there. Ooh. Nuggets. This looks suspiciously like, oh my gosh. It is. It is! Kyanite nuggets. Wow. Oh my gosh. What an opportunity this is. Kyanite, talking of high-end gemstones, Kyanite is a high-end gemstone. It really, really is. It's my favourite blue gemstone, Kyanite is. 100% natural. No treatment whatsoever. You get the most gorgeous blue hues from this gemstone. They are stunning. I love these. You've got a big, well, not even big, massive carat weight of your Kyanite here. 225 carats. 225 carats of Kyanite. Collector's gemstone we are looking at here. They are beautiful. Oh, yes, of course. Ryan just said we were working out on air on Sunday, because a lot of time we say 225 carats, and then the director or the producer might say you couldn't even get 225 real carats by that price tag. It was 1,000 carats or something, wasn't it, Ryan? We were looking at over 1,000 carats of gemstones, and somebody said, right, you couldn't even get 1,000 carats, real carats, for that money. So we went onto a very popular supermarket chain. Had a look. It was 1,000. I can't remember. 1,000 and something. £98 it would have cost us. Yeah, and we were at like £6.95, something silly. There you go. There you go. Speaking of carats, 225 carats of genuine gemstones. Collector's gemstone. And can command huge, I don't know how I've managed to link that up as I have, but I have. It looks quite nice. I quite like it. You could simply restrand this, wear it as it is over your maxi dress if you wanted to. Your blouse for work, maybe. Your tree of life as well. They're great, new nuggets are for doing your tree of life. Just as earrings, cluster earrings, and your nuggets look incredible. Sandra in Somerset, you've got yours. Well done. Tracy in Malaga. Heatwave in Spain, apparently. A heat wave here, but even hotter in Spain. Somebody told me 40-something degrees. That is pretty hot, isn't it? Yeah. 42 is the hottest that I've ever been in, I think. What's the hottest temperature you've ever been in?
I don't know.
Don't know?
No.
Have you been on holiday?
A long time ago. Been to Cos and Haniotti. It was hot there. But I don't know how hot.
I don't know what, 30 degrees is
Rubbish.
nice. but not when you're at home.
But I think we went on a day trip to Turkey. When we went to Kos, we went on a day trip to Turkey, and that was probably the hottest because it was like dry.
Yeah.
There was just, it was just hot and humid, whereas at least when there's a bit of a breeze, it's,
you can cope with it then, can't you? As long as there's a pool to dip into and a cocktail right beside me, I find it much easier. 0800 644 655. Gladys in Glamorgan, Sandra in Somerset, Tracy in Malaga, you're there as well. $6.95 for this kind of carat weight of kyanite is bonkers. It's ridiculous. We're looking at genuine gemstones, we're looking at a collector's gemstone, and we're at $6.95. No idea how we do it. No idea. Ooh. That'll be that way. Oh, look at this for a bundle. Oh my gosh. Look at these shells. Oh, these look so expensive. So expensive. Beach Babe. I like this. Oh wow. Isn't this gorgeous? You got 145 carats of turquoise. Wow. You've got your shell pearls, light gold. Don't they look expensive? Your shell pearls there at 6mm, and you've got your coral plain rounds there at 2mm in size. They are Beach Babe indeed. I'm thinking daytime look, nighttime look. You are good to go. You have 3 strands here. Those pearls, sorry, shells, they look like the most perfect pearls, don't they? In fact, guest designer Mark Smith, he prefers the shells over the pearls because they are just so perfect, so lustrous, aren't they? Perfectly round as well. Turquoise, massive, massive carat weight you've got there, 145 carats of your turquoise and your coral. Do you know what? Simply restranded stretchy bracelet. How gorgeous is that going to look for your daytime look on your jolly bobs? Look at that. Gorgeous colour. 0800 644 655, 3 strands. Wow. So surely for 3 strands we should be like nearer to £20. But that was your should be price, £11.85. Your should be price tag going down for all 3. Topping up your stash today, or brand new to us here at JewelleryMaker, there's no excuse to not come in, and every reason to come in today, isn't there? At £7.95. Do you think you could get a strand of shell pearls anywhere for that kind of price tag? Not on my street. No way, it's not going to happen. Turquoise, 145 carats, was it? That by itself. The coral by itself. Don't think so. Julie, great to Manchester's afternoon, ladies. Great show. Watched you both on the Tree of Life show on YouTube. Still laughing. It was a great show. What did we get the giggles about that time?
I dread to think. I tend to just, I don't know. What was it? Could be anything.
Ah, was that when the graphicals went? So we did
was that when we were doing the races and cabochon races and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
We obviously
Really
blocked
great
that from
time.
our minds.
It's obviously Laura that has this effect on me, isn't it? You know, I'm fine the rest of the time. Got the giggles today. Got the giggles last time she was here. June in Argyllshire, you've got 2. Well done. Anne-Marie in Pembrokeshire, you're back in. That was a good day, that was. I mean, do you know what? Actually, I was going to say not so good for you because the graphicals were down for an hour, but actually it was a really good day for you because we had to play catch-up, didn't we, after? It was a bit crazy. Sheila in Cheshire, and you got to see the shop as well, you know, and the workshop. We went into the workshop. You never get to see behind the scenes that often before. It was great. £7.95. Loads of you checking these out. I don't blame you at all. You've got loads. What incredible value. Incredible value. Righty-ho. Sorry, Helena. I know that you said that to me twice now. Thank you. Unbelievable. Straight over my head. Oh, wow. It's the storage bag. This is fab. Do you know what? Thing is, not just necessarily for all of us as jewellery makers, but just for at home anyway. This is brilliant. I struggle for places to put my jewellery, my necklaces, everything. I've got to be honest, I've got a bust now that I hang all my necklaces on that is absolutely packed full. My jewellery box is packed full. These are brilliant. And again, not just for your jewellery, you know, back of the bathroom door, your little cotton buds, oh yeah, your cotton wool, all your little bits and pieces. Thing is, if you looked in my, your bobby pins as well, if you looked in my makeup bag, even Laura Bynum said earlier on, how long are you here for? I do carry a lot. I don't know why there's that, I don't know why it's so big, but it's pretty huge anyway. So there's, you know, I've got a lot of stuff in there. And this is brilliant for going on holiday. I can't take that huge makeup bag and put it in my case. I can't, 'cause it's too big. But this, you could put anything. You should put some of your jewellery making bits in here. Anything else you need. That just rolls up lovely. And look at that. It's perfect. You can fit that into a small space, and you can just open it out. Maybe it might be on your craft stool. You could hang that on your table, couldn't you, behind your craft stool? Maybe have a little bit of cash in there. Maybe have some work in progress and any loose beads. You've got any findings. There are I've got a gemstone here as well. There are so many uses for these. Round the back as well, you could hang your strands off there if you wanted to. There's lots of these Velcro strips on there. So you could just simply, they're really secure as well, hang any of your strands off there if you wanted to. And of course, because of the way that this is made, you can, again, just roll that up. Your gemstones are safe. They're going to stay still. They're not going anywhere. Brilliant. Pamela, in South Yorkshire, you've got yours. Dawn in Bedfordshire, you're in. Congratulations to you. Let's take it down as low as we can go. Do you know what? I'm just thinking jewellery in general. You know when you go on holiday, and I can't, like, you know, my jewellery box, it's not going to fit into my hand luggage. It's not going to work. It's going to take up too much space. But actually, this you could just fold in half with your jewellery in and pop on the top of your case. And hang it up when you get there. I love that. Brilliant. 0800 644 655. Brenda in Surrey, Jane in Cornwall, Anonymous in Greater London. I heard a rumour the other day that they're changing the restrictions on the size of hand luggage as well, making them smaller. This is not good. Not good at all. £7.95. Mary in Hertfordshire, Weldon. Janet in Norfolk, you've got yours. Tracy in Malaga. Al in London. Weldon. Brenda in Surrey. Jane in Cornwall. Anonymous. Angela in Cornwall. Pamela in South Yorkshire. Loads and loads of you there. In fact, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 of your smaller compartments there. You could get loads in there, couldn't you? Any of your rings that you've made, game work in progress. You've got your 4 bigger pockets there as well, which really are sizable. It's hard to see, isn't it, with the glare on those. You've got 4 there, 4 of the bigger ones. And then all of these on the back as well. You're going to be able to get so much on here. They're brilliant, aren't they? That's going to stop all your chain, all your strands from tangling up as well if you've got them on the back of there. 0800 644 655 WTZ X38 is your code. Hannah's Happy Hour. We've only got 5 minutes left. Sorry, lovely. Yeah, let's go and have a look. Let's go and find the labradorite rings. I believe we've got one each, Helena.
Helena's already wearing hers, I think.
Oh,
we already got
where's mine? Oh, wow. Laura Binding, these are gorgeous. Oh my gosh, look at these. Oh, wow. I love it. Oh.
Just open it, it's fine. It's strong wire, so it can.
Oh, I love that.
And you can really mould it around your wrist as well.
How pretty is that? That's gorgeous. Fabulous. I love the colour of these gemstones.
They are one of my favourites. I absolutely love them. And this is what I was saying about how, for me, I deliberately kept this here for you to see exactly what I've got left, which is tons. Gosh. But I've still made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. If I just put that there, you should be able to see.
Whoa!
But see how much I've got left. So this is why I said, for me, this is ideal. I can see earrings. I can find so much potential. And I've made 5 pieces using quite minimal. Although there was one quite heavy bracelet at the back. I made a twisted ring.
Just going all out.
Yeah.
Bracelet, ring.
And then the other ring, I actually cheated a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
And used the initial first designer inspiration demo piece that I didn't actually put the cabochon in. So because I've taken the cabochon out, I just tweaked it and popped a little faceted gemstone on and just played about with the wires and made it into a different ring.
Brilliant.
So it does go to show you that, you know, if something's not working, I know that, you know, I changed the design. You can change the design and you haven't wasted all that work that you've done. So you don't look at it and go, that's a waste of wire. You can still adapt it.
Brilliant. They are gorgeous. We've had a text, have we, Helena? It's from Donna in Worcestershire. She says, stunning work, Laura. Love the shows so much. Can't wait for my order to come through. I
love watching you try to read messages. It's
so bad,
much
isn't
fun.
it? Like, the amount of times my mum speaks to me afterwards and says, well, you just put your glasses on. They are there. I just forgot to get them out. And then when I'm walking back and forwards, I forget. Don't worry, I'm practicing on the contacts. So it won't be an issue soon. I just find it a bit... thank you, Donna.
Thank you.
Incredible deals today, all day. Madness, I tell you. FMGC 40 for your lavakite. Beautiful gemstones. Really unisex as well, I think. They'd be great in your gents pieces, wouldn't they? Cufflinks?
Yeah, definitely with macrame. You know, your paracord, all of those kind of mediums are going to be ideal for, because you still got that sort of something a little bit more classy, but because it's not faceted, you can get away with incorporating it into different designs.
Yeah. Gorgeous, isn't it? I love that. And you refer to it as a charcoal colour, which it is, isn't it? I love it. And it's almost got that, it's like adolescence, I suppose, that you get from a moon. So kind of like a bluish shimmer on the surface of the gemstone. Get these home. You've got 3 strands there. You can make any of these designs. And actually, do you know what? Laura's barely touched any of those strands, to be honest.
No, I would have a field day with this. It's just great. I'd have it in a little drawer, and I would just, you know, I would make lots of special pieces with it.
They're fab. Yeah, I've made some special pieces. They're gorgeous. And when are you back?
Next Thursday.
With us?
Yes, with you.
Oh my gosh.
With me again.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, I need to come in prepared next week. Thank you so much for joining us today. Laura will be back with us next week. I will be back with you tomorrow. Sammy's here tomorrow, taking us through the Designer Inspiration Show. Tune in the Dremel. We've got the Dremel tomorrow. Make sure you're tuning in from 1 o'clock. Whatever you're doing for the rest of your day, have a great day, have a safe day, and I shall see you tomorrow. See you later, Fleur.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full